Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome into Woodward Nights, baby. Woodward Sports Network. It is the Detroit Lions pregame show for Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Let's have a night, boys. Come on, let's go.
Woodward Nights.
Woodward Nights, baby. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. My name is Booner, as always. I do not lose. We know that. Joined, as always, Detroit Lions beat reporter Matthew Broder. Broder. I'm gonna start going Matt. Matthew just sounds really too professional.
All my favorite women in my life call me Matthew. So.
All right. Your favorite people in your life?
Yeah. All women.
Oh, women? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew. All right. We've got Parker in the TD booth. Every Friday, we've got Parker. Well, last week we had Lucas, now we have Parker this Friday.
Door, you know?
I don't know what that means, but all right, Parker. We've got Nick in the sound with the
Let's go! Friday, baby! Let's have a great show, fellas.
I love that little jersey he has there. That
Can you
softball
tilt
jersey.
your camera down just a smidge? So we can, that's like Woodward Nights branded almost. Sidebar? That's your softball team?
Yeah, shout out. My buddy owns it in Royal Oak. No free
Love
shout
it.
outs. Sidebar, check it out. It's sick.
Love it.
Yeah, no free shout outs. Check that out. Oh, I love that. All right, we've got a packed show for you guys. We're pumped up. It is basically our pregame show. We're the last show all the way up until Sunday that takes you guys into the Lions game here versus the Carolina Panthers. We obviously have Matt Broder here, the Detroit Lions beat reporter, who has videos, inside information on all of these injuries. So if you guys want to stick around because we have a lot of things to talk about here, especially the injuries.
So much.
It changes everything. All of this, the injury reports came out at what, 2 or 3 o'clock?
About 4.
4 o'clock, and the heavyweights go, and then we go. And the fact that we have you on the show to where we're allowed to break down. Game plans change once you see that injury report.
Oh, 100%.
A guy like Jahmyr Gibbs gets on the injury report, things change.
And that was a surprise when it came out. And I was down there. We'd been through all the press conference, all the interviews, and then we see, wait, Jahmyr Gibbs is questionable?
Yeah.
What? So he is.
We have a lot. And we're basically outside the heavyweights. We're like the first show here that is going to be talking about all this. Game plans change. Things are starting to change because yesterday, I feel like we sat up here and we talked. We felt like Amon-Ra St. Brown was going to play, or Brian Branch. You actually did say you felt like he was not going to play.
Brian Branch, yeah, but I thought for sure Amon-Ra St. Brown was going to play.
You thought he was?
But I don't know anymore. Once you see that D in front of doubtful, in front of outful, the D, that's not something we've seen on an injury report yet where he might play, he might not. For fantasy owners, it sucks.
To me, doubtful, I was talking about this with Noah and Ryan in the back. Doubtful to me feels more like you're not playing.
Yeah, me too.
Like questionable, half of the questionable guys probably will play and the other half might not. But once you hit doubtful, that's like, hey, we're going to keep you on here just in case there's a miracle on Saturday, but there's no chance you're actually playing.
Yeah, and that's what Dan Campbell said, not that exactly, but about Amon-Ra St. Brown. He said he's not going to practice today. He didn't practice today, but then they're going to put him through some light workouts tomorrow morning to see how he feels. And at that point, it seemed like he was kind of confident that, all right, we're giving him an extra day of rest. It's not a serious injury, but it's one that's very painful, and that's what he's dealing with. Then injury report comes out, and it's doubtful. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think that means to me error on the side of him not playing, doubtful, and questionable. They're probably playing.
Yes, sir. And there's the whole list there. It is loaded, a loaded list. So I can go down here and kind of
go down on it, Booner.
All right, Broder. Matthew.
Yes.
All right, look at that. We have Brian Branch. Obviously, breaking news today. Brian Branch is out.
Yes.
He is out for Sunday. He will not play. That is huge news. I think that was the biggest one out of them all. Jason Kabinda, we kind of knew was out. James Mitchell, doubtful. He not as big of a deal. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
There it is.
That is it right there.
There it is.
Doubtful for Sunday. And just like we just said, usually doubtful means you're a no-go.
Yeah.
What? Or if you're going, you're a decoy.
Yeah,
That's
well,
how
look
I
at all
look
the
at
questionable.
Why
if
wasn't
Emmanuel Mosley and Kirby Joseph are questionable,
You would think
and
Amon-Ra
Amon-Ra St.
would.
Brown's doubtful,
Yep.
that does not give me tingles inside.
I would love a statistic around the NFL, like even just from last year, that would show like when they put their injury reports out, how many guys that actually played that are listed doubtful on
It's
Fridays.
actually really good.
I would love to
if
know
someone
that.
could compile that and see which coaches, which staffs are like the most sneaky. I bet you Bill Belichick's up there at number
What did
one.
you say yesterday though about Amon-Ra? You
Oh,
said
could be
you
game-
did think that the situation that was going on there when you guys interviewed him, that he kind of had that little where, hey, this might be a little gamesmanship where he's trying to convince guys that he's gonna go.
I did
and
say
he's
that.
really not gonna, and he actually might not play.
Yeah.
And that was something we talked about yesterday. Broder said that he had that feeling at practice
I did.
yesterday. So shout out to you, brother. But questionable. Are you ready for this list?
Hit us with it.
Taylor
Boone.
Decker. Well, actually, when we go through this list, I want you to tell me if you yes or no if you think they're playing or not.
Okay, just yes or no.
Yep.
All
Taylor
right.
Decker.
Yes.
Jameer Gibbs.
Yes.
The pause. I did not
I
like
know
that pause.
that snuck up on me, but I'm gonna go yes.
Emmanuel Mosley.
Yes.
Kirby Joseph.
No.
Wow. Julian Aquara.
No.
Josh Reynolds.
Yes.
Halapulavati Vaitai.
Let's go!
Let's go!
That was pretty. That was maybe perfect.
You've said it so many times to where I've never in my life tried it once. That was my first time I ever tried it.
It's all about
and
trying. You gotta try
smacked it.
everything once.
Smacked it.
I
think
think he's gonna play.
I would rather him not play.
Me too.
personally.
That's kind of where my answer came.
Glasgow will be. We're
me
going to
one
get into
more.
that a little later. The
Yes.
offense.
Yes.
Glasgow's going to be just fine in my opinion. Jameson Williams,
Yes.
and then Frank Ragnar say yes.
Yes.
One thing I want to point out here with all of this, if you guys can you throw that back up there, Parker?
Yeah.
If you're doing what I think you're doing, it's a good
One
call
thing
out.
on here with the practice report on Friday is everyone that's questionable is full practice besides one player, and that is Jameer Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs is the only
You're
player that is questionable that is limited practice.
I thought you were going to say Jameson Williams is on the injury report, and it says not injury related.
And then if you look at the bottom, it says suspension.
Yeah, questionable full practice. This is a practice report, not an injury report.
Thank you, everyone. Everyone say Booner. You killed it with the name. Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Halapulavate Vaitai.
You're 2 in a row. Now your confidence is through the roof.
First time I ever tried it, too. I just waited my whole life.
lose.
I never lose. Remember, I'm great.
Never lose.
But that's actually something to point out there is that Jameer Gibbs is the only player that is limited practice that's questionable.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because he got injured during practice, and
It would have had to be something during the week.
so they were like, you just stay limited.
Yeah. I don't know.
Worries
I
me.
literally, my thoughts are that he is going to play. He was walking around and looked fine today. So I don't know. The reason if he wouldn't play, it'd be because the coaches just want to keep him out.
Rest.
And it's kind of what we've been talking about all week. They think we're going to beat Carolina, so they keep him out. I don't know if that's their
Worries
style,
me.
but that might be the only reason they do keep him out.
What's the biggest hit? Obviously, I mean, you have Brian Branch and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who's the bigger hit?
Arguably our best offensive and
I
defensive
said
player.
that in the back. I was
Yeah.
like, that's our best
did say
players on
that.
both sides.
Yeah.
And they're both going to end up being out.
Yeah, I mean, if Amon-Ra St. Brown's out, if Josh Reynolds is out, like Josh Reynolds' injury becomes more important.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs, if he's out, then what do we see more Zonovan Knight tomorrow? Did they just keep pounding the rock with David Montgomery? I do think that should be part of the strategy against their run defense. I don't know. That Jameer Gibbs one's tough.
Bad run defense,
Vaitai,
so.
that doesn't bother. I mean, like you said, Glasgow, we got him. So we'll see.
Can we do
I got
a poll for that?
Yeah, what's up?
Can we just do who's the bigger hit if they're out is Brian Branch or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Absolutely.
I see some St. Browns in here.
How about Kabinda?
Yeah, that's a big one. He didn't play last week.
I know.
What is wrong? What's wrong with him? His knee? Does he have like a serious knee injury?
I don't know. It was something in the
2 weeks now?
Falcons game.
Hey, he's been out 2
Yeah, we
weeks.
don't know which play it was, but Amon-Ra, his abdomen injury happened last weekend against Green Bay.
It was during the jump up at Lambeau Field.
Yeah. And what
just
if?
kidding. That's what
What
I
if they poured the beer on him?
I was thinking that the other night.
What
Someone
if?
just jabbed him real quick.
That would.
I got a question for you guys. We saw that Emmanuel Mosley's on that. It was
Yeah.
full practice, I believe, is what it said. Let me double check that. Yes, Emmanuel Mosley, full practice, but is questionable. What do you think the chances are that we see Emmanuel Mosley on Sunday against the Panthers?
I'll go first, Broder, and
Yeah,
I'll
do
let
it.
you break it down because you've been in practice.
Let it fly.
My thought is you see him a little 50, 60% playing like snap-wise. I could be way off, but it sounded like Dan Campbell today mentioned that, and he was like, we're going to get him, like he's going to get his reps.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in there.
Yeah, I don't know what the range is. It might be less than 50% of the snaps, but we're definitely going to see him. Barring anything that happens in the next 24 hours, he's going to be out there for a couple series. I don't know if he starts. I don't know if he comes in for Jerry Jacobs a few series in. I don't know how they're going to use him, but he's playing tomorrow.
I have a feeling
Sunday.
someone gets moved to that nickel spot, like a Cam Sutton or something.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
So Dre Bly, the cornerbacks coach, he was the second press conference today. I don't believe there's any footage, but he talked about a lot of the versatility with different guys. They can play in different situations, and I do think we're going to see Will Harris a lot tomorrow, and that's one of a matchup. Will Harris on Adam Thielen. We'll see how that works out. He's going to be playing that slot because he really is that guy behind Brian Branch. Now that C.J. Gardner-Johnson is out. Will Harris, but as the season goes on, you might see more Cam Sutton. You might see Jerry Jacobs play that spot,
move around a little bit, which I think is fine.
Maybe you see Tracy
depth.
Walker move up into that spot in some weird defensive set.
This is a great question here, Broder.
Hit me.
Bradley Strauss said, Booner, can NFL teams lie about injuries to mess with other teams before they go head to head? That answer is they cannot lie. They have to put injuries out. And I think there's actually a rule about that because of Vegas and gambling is you have to – it's the same thing in the NBA. It's like you have to report injuries. That's why you see like a guy like Frank Ragnow on there, toe/resting player. That you have to – now there's ways around it to where you can put a guy as questionable because you put that injury out there and you could say he's questionable. But like Amon-Ra, like you can go out there and you can put on a clean face and you can – act like you're playing and you know you're not, and you're sitting there at questionable or doubtful, and the other team's like, we don't know, and they have to game plan for him.
Yeah, you just have to inch that line without crossing it too far. It's gamesmanship.
Chuck Pagano talked about that actually today or yesterday. I was watching a video and he mentioned it with some guys about gamesmanship, and it's like you never really like. Guys get put on there you don't know, and they could be super healthy and get put on there because they were already on it, and it's just
And we've talked on this show how much this season it feels like. Although we're getting so much from the different coaches throughout their press conferences, they're also not telling us everything. Like they're being really, in a good way, they're being really savvy about releasing this information. As much as we want to know about it, if we can't figure it out and decipher it, it's just that much harder for the opposing teams.
It is very interesting to me when that stuff happens, when they're sitting there and they can, I mean, not lie, but they can. That gamesmanship is actually a thing. Remember the Taylor Decker stuff with Green Bay? It was the reports were coming out that he was playing, and then
he wasn't. He was. Yeah.
And then the whole Detroit beat writers, you and everyone else was like, no, he's playing. But the national media got a hold of it and was like, no, he's not playing. It was just
national sports media has had some issues in the last couple weeks. They're getting beat by the local guys.
Some things happening.
Yeah, Tommy P.
Was there anything else, though, with the injury-wise? And if anyone has questions, throw it in there because Broder was down there today. If you guys have any questions in regards to that.
Yeah, let me know. Do we have a mid-segment read? Do that. Put your question. Oh, we don't. Oh, then let's keep rolling.
We can keep rolling. Yeah, we have a couple more minutes.
What I wanted to point out, because I know a lot of people, and I was listening to some radio shows on the way in, were confused seeing Jamison Williams up there and not as questionable, but healthy, not injured. He's technically, and maybe this is part of the gamesmanship, he's technically not on the active roster yet. So he came off suspension. They have until up to, I believe it's until they commit to their active 48-man roster on Sunday morning. I believe. I don't know if they have to commit to a 53-man like before they start traveling or something, but technically he's not official. Julian Okwara is not official either. So I think they're just waiting to wait till the last possible minute so Carolina has that much less knowledge.
The thing with the Okwara, though, is they have 21 days to put him on there. So he could go the next 2 weeks, and if he's not in the line, it's like kind of like the Isaiah Buck situation where they didn't put him on the active day roster. They can keep Okwara off of it for 21 days before they have to put him in practice or put him on the official roster. So that was one thing. Another thing too, real quick, because we still have some time. Let's look at this poll real quick because this is interesting to me. Who's the bigger hit, Branch or Amon-Ra St. Brown? 69% of the people right now are saying St. Brown. My thought process on this is two different things. One, yes, you could say Branch, and I saw someone put in the chat, can't remember who, but they said Branch because of the depth right now in the secondary. But how big of a worry are you really worried about Bryce Young and that receiving core? Like, obviously, there's a little bit, but they don't have a number one guy. They don't. You could say that.
Yeah, but you got to worry about the savviness. Adam Thielen is not what he used to be.
No,
but he's a savvy veteran receiver.
Yeah. Same with what's his name, BJ Chark.
Yeah, Dre Bly has a ton of respect. He spoke a lot about Adam Thielen today and just the respect that he has going up against a player like that. And that's not someone you can take lightly. He's not the fastest. Maybe he's not the best route runner. He does run good routes. But there's something about it. It's that Amon-Ra type savviness where the person across from you might be more athletic, but he's always getting open, always getting to the right spot. And I'd almost be more worried if Andy Dalton was the quarterback. And
Andy Dalton, he's on my, if anyone wanted to know, I have a do not bet list in my notes app. Andy Dalton on the Saints is on my do not, sorry to yell at you there.
No.
Do not bet list, Andy Dalton. Anytime he's a starting quarterback, do not bet. Bet against. But the thing, you could say the same thing, Broder, for the opposite side from Brian Branch is Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're right now, if you think about it, if Josh Reynolds is healthy, you still have some sort of depth in that wide receiver room, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in that, I mean, you could say, I know we're going to go over the pass defense for Carolina. They're not actually that bad.
No.
I got their rank here, and we'll talk about that, I think, at 9:30 or 9:15. And it's not a bad secondary. They do have some injuries, but you still have depth, and you have the depth in the wide receiver room. So I don't know.
You know what I want to see?
Very interesting.
I want to see Antoine Green a little bit on Sunday. It was against Carolina in the preseason. He had a 70-yard touchdown catch, right?
What's his name did have some good comments about him the other day in his press conference.
Yeah.
So he said he's starting to get there a little bit.
Yeah. And I was going to ask Dre Bly about him today because Dre Bly was the cornerbacks coach at North Carolina when Antoine Green was there. Didn't get the question in. But we're going to come back and we're going to talk more offense, more defense. What are we doing at 8:30 again?
So, yeah,
or 8:15?
I'll break this down. 8:15, right after this. We're going to go to break real quick. We're going to go right into the Lions-Panthers game preview. We're going to talk about it more. Broder and I are going to give our top three keys to win this game, for the Detroit Lions to win this game. 8:30, we're going to talk about Dan Campbell, his press conference today. A couple things. Broder actually got a video from practice that we're going to talk about a little bit as well.
Hey.
8:45, the Detroit Lions offense versus Carolina defense. 9 o'clock, the Detroit Lions defense matched up against that offense over there with Bryce Young. And then at 9:15, we're going to go around the NFL. We're going to do our pick 'em. We have a record here, and I might be in last place. So 9:30 college football. Booner Bets will be back. I have some plays for you guys at 9:30. 9:40, our score predictions for the game, and then obviously mailbag to end it. So you guys see this beautiful head of hair here? Not balding right now, at least. That's a good thing. Over at Lady Jane's, make sure you guys come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. Yes! That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Listen, you want to do this because you want to go to the Final Four. I've been to a few of them. Great. Final Fours are the best, man. I love going. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Also, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years, Booner? Get right there. You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They've got the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. They're on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile, but also go check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. So find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like a landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live this Sunday for the official Lions Tailgate VIP party. It's at Eastern Market at Shed Number 5, and it's going to be a blast. It starts at 9:30 a.m., goes up until game time, and you have the chance to come pregame it with Woodward Sports.
Yes, sir.
You do. You got food, you got drinks, you got entertainment all included. Just go ahead and get your tickets online right up there on the screen. I see I learned this from you, Booner. BullseyeEventGroup.com. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. This is the Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already for us, please. Tell a friend, or be a friend, tell a friend, as Easy always says, about the show. 8 to 10 every single day, weekday.
This chat's flying. Thank you guys for being here.
We appreciate you guys all. We've got a lot of people in here today. Slowly growing. We love all of you guys for tuning in. But we're going to get right into it, brother.
So much to talk about today. So much to talk about.
The Detroit Lions versus the Carolina Panthers. This is a beautiful thing, fellas. This is a beautiful thing. The Detroit Lions. Oh, I almost had the wrong thing up here. I want to make sure I give you guys the correct information.
Boondoggle.
Yeah, that's my bad, fellas. There we go. The Detroit Lions, 3-8 versus the Carolina Panthers all time. Crazy record. They've only beat them 3 times. Last year, obviously, there's the road loss, 37-23. The Detroit Lions gave up 570 total yards.
Sigh.
570 yards and gave up 320 passing yards.
That's terrible.
And when you look at the other side, you only have 45 or rushing yards. I apologize. 320 rushing yards. Other side, Detroit Lions only had 45 rushing yards. Obviously, Broder, new quarterback there for Carolina. Dante Foreman, gone. They have kind of a new team, a new offense.
Gone.
Yeah, everyone. Gone. DJ Moore, gone. I don't even know quarterback. Andy Dalton, gone.
Head coach, gone.
Who did they have? They had Baker at one point last year. They went through like 4
Sam Darnold, Baker,
Sam Darnold was the starter versus the Lions, fellas.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying through the whole
Sadly.
season. They went through like 4 quarterbacks.
Baker was like there for like half the season.
Sam Darnold. They also had Andy Dalton at one point.
They have an injury. It was a rookie who got injured and missed the entire season last year. He came back, and I think he's having some mental health issues, some depression or anxiety. Not Sam Howell.
Oh no, it's Matt Corral.
Matt Corral, yeah. They drafted him out of Ole Miss. That's right, and he's still.
They had like 4 or 5 starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, and just never worked out.
It's crazy, but. We want to get into this matchup here because obviously it's a complete, to me, everyone's using this as motivation for the game or from last year for this week's game. It's just so different to me because it just seems like 2 different football teams when you really break it down.
Yeah.
Like obviously the Lions have a lot of still same pieces, but like Carolina, completely different football team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Sorry. You keep going.
No,
I was going to say The one thing that didn't change is the uniform, and you hope that's enough to get the Lions, get that defensive player, get the entire team ready to go for this game. Just remembering back to how they got not just beat. I'll take one out of Terry Foster's vocabulary. They got mollywopped last year, and they can't let that happen again. And especially after the Seattle game, week 2, where it's like eerily similar. How these situations are, all the energy, all the fan hype going into this game, a bad taste from what the coaches and players said from last year, the bad taste that they have in their mouth from that horrible game. That was one of their worst defensive games, if not the worst the entire season. Dan's
talked about it a few times, and like some of these players have throughout the week, like, you know, Ali McNeil's spoken on it. A lot of these guys spoke on that. I'm with you. I hope they go in there with the chip on their shoulder and they feel that and they go out there and dominate. Especially when you're going in there. We're going to talk about this breakdown of the both sides these next couple segments. But when you go in there and you have the number 4th defense in the NFL and you have the first rushing defense, that was the thing that killed you last year. You have to go in and you know what's great about this? You're playing at Ford Field.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to Carolina. Remember that field? And it came out after that it was like unplayable field conditions, and they still let them play because of the cold. That was unbelievable,
insane. And it seems like a real thing. And not to think Ford Field is better, but there've been some injuries on that field already this season. But do we jump into these top 3?
Yes, you go first because I have 3. So basically, what I did, Broder, is I didn't like. I guess I'll let you go first.
Yeah, they're basically like the 3 main points of like what the Lions need to do to win. So I figured we're going to talk about it. I may just like get this first one out, and mine is controlling the run game on both sides of the ball.
Okay,
I think the front set both big boys, both sides of the big boys. We need to control the run game with David Montgomery and that offensive line. We should be dominating their defensive line. They're very good at the pass rush, and we're going to get more into their specifics.
Yeah.
But they should be able to dominate that run game. And then on the flip side, if you're able to stop Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard, if you're able to stop Bryce Young from scrambling out of the pocket and making things happen when they break down, like they prevented Jordan Love and Desmond Ridder to do, but struggled against Geno Smith, if they can do those things, I think it's going to be a long day for Carolina.
We have a similar first thing, as I just put, continue to dominate in that rushing defense. Just continue to dominate on that, basically in the trenches, but on the defensive side. So it's the same thing as you said. Big guys on both sides of the ball rushing, dominate that. That's exactly what I put. You have to set the tone early, stop the run, force them to. You know what I was thinking about before?
What? Booner?
Force them to put the ball in Bryce Young's hand and try and make plays as a rookie. Because once you start doing that, then your pass rush starts getting to him. Hutch starts getting to him. Aleem, Kaminsky, these guys start getting to him. That's what you want, right? You want to put the ball in the rookie's hands at Ford Field, as loud as it is, on the road, and he's gonna struggle. This is one of the toughest places to play in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Parker?
And with the Lions, I mean, this is a team that's the best rush defense in the league right now. It's just around 200 yards allowed, and when you look at Miles Sanders, I don't know if I believe he's questionable right now, but he's only had like 2.4 yards per game. That's
bad.
And this offensive line for the Panthers is abysmal. Like, this is a bad offensive line. So, I mean, expect a lot of pressure from that line. I would expect maybe 3 or 4 sacks from this team, from the Lions.
I'm hoping 5, because I'm going to put that. Last week I did plus 1,800, 5 sacks. Hit. I'm just waiting. It hasn't been put up yet on the sports books. I'm waiting for that to go up. I'm gonna place it instantly. I'll go number 2 here though. It's not funny.
I'm a child, by the way.
Go
ahead. Numero 2.
Second one for me. If Amon-Ra St. Brown is out, which we think he will be, and Jahmyr Gibbs is questionable and a little banged up, second key to a victory, and they've already been doing this, get everyone involved.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We can trust Ben Johnson to do that. Sam Laporta, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond. May I say this, please, real quick?
Yep.
Jamison Williams.
Ooh, J-Mo!
Get involved. These guys need to get involved. Even if like a Craig Reynolds gets out there and gets on, you have to. This offense has to go around here, and you can't just because your number one's out and maybe your another key running back's out. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen Amon-Ra St. Brown out yet this year.
No.
Get everyone involved. I trust Ben Johnson to do it. I actually wanted to look up, Broder. I'll let you do your number 2 here. I want to look up last year the game that St. Brown was out.
And I'm glad you called out Ben Johnson. I don't have it on my list, but that's a really smart one because he's the advantage that the Lions have. His brain is an advantage on that offensive line going against the Panthers defense, and just being able to when you're down a man, when you're down any number of players, he's able to scheme that offense open, scheme these players open, do creative things for every player. He said every player who's active on the offensive side of the ball, there are plays drawn up for them. It's whether they use them or not. So Ben Johnson is getting so savvy, so able to read and react to the game and make adjustments early and often. I love it. It's a great call. And where did he interview? Where was he rumored to go? He was about to be a head coach after interviewing with the Carolina Panthers. It wasn't something he wanted to talk about this week, but that did happen. So you got to think he did turn him down. He doesn't want to go in there and lay an egg. He doesn't want to go in there and have the Carolina defense come and stop Detroit's offense, who's put up, 31, 20, 34, and 20. Like, the offense is humming a little bit and getting better. He doesn't want to put up an egg.
No, he doesn't. I'm over here. I'm just trying to look, and if anyone remembers, I just can't remember what game that St. Brown was out last season. Was it
the Patriots game?
I don't believe
we
so.
laid a 0 in that, or was it Dallas? Maybe he didn't play against Dallas.
I think it might have been Dallas.
I think he got hurt early in Dallas, but for some reason I want to say the Seahawks, fellas. I want to say the Seahawks game he was out.
He had 1 catch for 4 yards.
Pats.
Was it the Pats?
Coach Walk says Pats, and I trust that man.
You guys cook up. I'll do some research for you.
I think it is the Pats. So that is my worry, though, because I was thinking about this today. No, he did play versus the Patriots. Just my worry is I wanted to see what game he missed, because how big of a part of we haven't seen a game, maybe one without him, since he's been like locked in as the number one in this offense. I'm interested to see what this offense looks like without him.
And if it was the Pats, I'll go right back to you. If it was that game, they scored 0 points. They got shut out.
Even Dallas, he went down in the first quarter in Dallas, and he was out the rest of the game. He had 1 catch. Was it Dallas?
It was confirmed the Seahawks game. He did not make a stat in it, so he was out that Seahawks game last year.
Okay, so really, in which we did score a ton of points, like 45 points. But even the Dallas game, he goes out, right, and he's down in the first quarter, gets one catch for 4 yards. And then you lose that game. The offense kind of slows down a little bit. You start having turnovers. Jared Goff fumbles. Jamal Williams fumbles. Things start to happen, and things unravel. So I'm interested to see what Ben Johnson does. If St. Brown's out, what do you do with the other guys?
What do you do?
Well, on 3 now, right? We're on 3?
We're on 3. Actually, I didn't do number 2, but let's do that right
2.
when we get back.
Okay. Let me tell you guys here about the Detroit Lions. Woodward Sports Detroit Lions pregame show. That returns for another season of Lions football. Yes, sir. Look at Hollywood up there, the legend. Morning show legend there. Lions pregame show 9:30 to 11:30 this Sunday. Make sure you guys tune in. Hosted by Jeff Ifrady and weekly special guests. I will be over there in the MASH chair. Ryan Ermanni will probably be in my seat, and Jeff Ifrady right over there. We have a nice little crew of 3 here that will be going on at 9:30 on Sunday to 11:30 right before the game. For all of the breakdown, injuries, everything you guys need, make sure you guys tune in on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
And then we're going to tell them about Big Boy.
Right back to back, baby. Let's go. Come on, Parker. Let's hit this, baby. Big Boy. Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try the best cheeseburger on our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Oh, that sounds so good every time I hear it. And if you're craving some chicken, the Dolly chicken sandwich or the Bob's hot chicken sandwich, right there. You see that? Right there. You see that Bob's hot chicken sandwich?
Looks so good.
Looks so good. If you want fries, upgrade those fries to chili cheese or loaded baked potatoes fries. And some dessert. The best desserts. Big Boy's Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake or the funnel cake fries. Funnel cake fries are fire.
Funnel that into my mouth.
Oh my gosh, that's over at Big Boy.
Pause.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Downtown's newest sports bar, 5 Iron Golf, has 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, a bar and a restaurant. 5 Iron Leagues are back. You can compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Just bring a foursome or sign up and as an individual to be placed on a team. Do so at 5irongolf.com. Also, no, it's okay. We'll stay here because there's a code. You can use code Woodward10. Oh, hey, there we go. Woodward 10 for 30% off league. Again, that's 5irongolf.com to sign up.
All right, welcome back here to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. We appreciate you guys all tuning in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Look at Nick. He doesn't even know he's on camera right now. He's just going. That's that Friday.
Let's go. It's a Friday. Let's have a fun show, fun game on Sunday. Prepping Woodward Nights, bringing it to you.
It's that Woodward Night. That's what you get for Woodward Nights.
Yeah.
It's the nighttime, baby.
Pregame with us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The nighttime. You pregame on Fridays with us here. Make
But
sure you guys
before you
hit that
pregame, hit that like button too.
Yes. Before you get too chocolate wasted. You guys know what that's from?
From Grown Ups?
Yep. Shout out.
Can't put many movie quotes
Shout
on
out
it.
Kevin James.
Love Kevin James. He was in Detroit.
We saw him. He was at the golf outing.
And our thumbnail from a couple nights ago was Paul Blart Mall Cop.
He actually was performing in Saginaw. Shout out to the Saginaw Valley shirt.
I love stand-up.
He was performing in Saginaw a couple weeks, like 2 weekends ago, maybe.
Booner was a coach at Saginaw Valley State basketball.
Shout out.
One of these days you got to get to know us a little more. I'm going to just throw in some Booner tips. Booner
host trivia.
You guys didn't know I coached against the Hall of Famer Tom Izzo. Also coached against Juwan Howard in his first ever game at Michigan.
Let's go. Did you beat him?
No, we lost. We almost beat Michigan. Michigan State was a close game.
Oh.
It was actually close. They came down to the stretch.
I love those.
I'll say this. Izzo was yelling at the refs with like a minute left.
Wow.
So he was feeling a little bit of a pressure.
Bucket list moment, baby.
Booner knows ball.
Bucket list moment. But let me get back to
Yes,
my
sir.
number 2, because we got a lot to talk about today. Our number 2, keys to the game, keys to the Lions coming out with a victory. My number 2 is getting to Bryce Young. And I know you brought up similar thoughts a couple minutes ago, but it's make his life difficult. Make it as difficult as Jordan Love and Desmond Ridder. Don't let him be able to scramble outside the pocket like Patrick Mahomes, Geno Smith. Make it difficult. This is one of those times. Aaron Glenn runs a simple yet aggressive defense. Maybe this is a game where he does need to complicate it up a little bit. We'll see how he approaches this, because you could take it 2 different ways. You don't want to put too much on. We got 5 sacks last week with very little blitzing, so maybe we don't do much. But he's a young quarterback. He does process things well, but how are they going to confuse him? How are they going to make his life difficult?
Yeah.
I want his jersey to be dirty by the end of the game.
I want him to be wishing that he wasn't playing football versus the Detroit Lions at the end of the game.
Facts.
My third one here.
3.
This one's a big one, and I think this is, I told you right during the break, the only way the Detroit Lions lose this football game is if you lose the turnover battle. If you go out there, Jared Goff throws a couple picks, which I don't think he'll throw one, but if you go out there, fumble the ball, like you did versus Seattle, pick 6, fumble, and you just keep them in that game, that's the only chance Carolina has to staying in this game.
You're right.
And if you don't win the turnover battle, and you don't go out there and you don't intercept Bryce Young a couple times, or you don't go after the football versus, I don't know, Chuba Hubbard. Go after the ball. Go get turnovers, get extra possessions, and end the game early. That's where I'm at with this. That was my biggest one. Because that's the only way they win this football game is if you let them back into this game with turnovers. Only way.
Broncos trade Randy Gregory to the 49ers.
Yeah,
he didn't officially get dropped, so the 49ers reached out, and they literally, all they did was swap picks. Dude. 6th and 7th round picks, basically.
Okay. Anyways,
Brutal.
Dude, they just got better
Brutal.
somehow. I love that turnover
brutal.
battle. And you said when you were describing that, you said I forget exactly what you said, but multiple turnovers of fumbled picks by Jared Goff. He's just got to stay at 1 interception if he's going to throw one interception rarely beats you unless it comes late in the game.
Well, if you have an interception and like a fumble or 2, it's like
it's
3
a problem.
possessions right there.
When I used to pitch, I actually gave up a lot of home. I didn't throw very hard, so I give up a decent amount of home runs.
So I could hit a dinger off.
You might have, but the key is only giving up solo home runs, not letting that happen with guys on base. You give up a solo home run, your team can come back from that always.
Yeah.
So with Jared Goff is the same. You give up 1, he's been doing a good job at it. Give up 1, just keep it there.
Move on.
What
did you text me the other night?
I texted you. Who are the happiest animals in the world? Who are they?
Goldfish.
You know why?
Short memory.
They have a 10-second memory.
Jared Goff, be a goldfish.
What I also didn't tell you is that's from Ted Lasso.
Parker, solo cam real quick.
What's up?
Jared Goff, be a goldfish this season. Be a goldfish.
Goldfish mentality.
10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Jared Goff.
Oh, hey.
Be a goldfish.
Ted Lasso. Oh, see, Sound Kayak got it.
I've never seen Ted Lasso.
My third. You haven't seen Ted Lasso?
No.
I don't have an Apple Plus, so I
don't want to share the login information with me. I'll watch Ted Lasso.
Great show.
Broder?
Partly inspired the mustache. No joke. My third is win the first half.
Yeah, love that.
Win the first half. If you can go into the second half up a touchdown, up 10 points, you can go and you can use that run game, which was also my number 1 point. That pounding it with that run game, you win the game. So I say win the first half, make them play from behind, which means Bryce Young has to throw the ball. So it kind of fits into all of ours.
You want me to tell you something?
Please.
First half spread -6.5. Take it. If you're saying that, I'm not saying I'm going to play it. I'm going to do it. It's not on a Booner lock, nothing like that. But I'm going to definitely probably do that.
Say it again. First half spread
-6.5. 1 touchdown. Or you?
Yeah.
I like that.
I hope so. Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on though. Those are our 3 keys to the game. We're gonna kind of move into the next step here of the game. It's where Dan Campbell this morning spoke a little bit, and then also before we end the segment, we'll go over the video that you got at practice. But Dan Campbell spoke on a lot of things here. We just talked about, and there's actually people in the chat I think that were arguing about it, like from last year's team to this year's team, and kind of thinking about that game and keeping that in the back of your head. And the first one that Dan Campbell spoke about today is he's like, we're 3-1. Obviously, this is an 0-4 team, a bad football team. But he was like, we should still be going out there. We should still be hungry. There's no reason you shouldn't be hungry. You should. It doesn't matter if you're 0-10, 10-0, doesn't matter. He was like, we should still have that mindset that we had at 1-6. And here's a video of Dan Campbell talking about this team needs to stay hungry.
We have our own standards here, and it doesn't matter who you play. It doesn't matter what they look like, what we look like, who's up for us, what the conditions are. Like, we got to go. We should look like a hungry team, man. We should be hungry for a win, and it doesn't matter who you play. And so, to me, that hunger should show again, offense, defense, special teams, and then we should see improvement, you know.
Nom. Stay hungry.
Does he know he go to Big Boy?
He does.
He does.
The best part of that too, Broder, is
yes.
Dan Campbell. I think if the Lions at some point are like 10-1 and they're about to say, I don't even know who we play week 12 or 13, but say they're about to play like the Cowboys and they're sitting there at like 10-1. Dan Campbell's still probably going to have that mindset.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're hungry, and that's why I love him as a coach and love him being the leader of this franchise. Is you could probably be in the Super Bowl, or he might get a Super Bowl win one day in Detroit, and then he'll probably come into training camp next year and be like, I don't care what you did, you're stay hungry.
Yeah.
That's what great coaches do.
Yeah, if there's anything non-tangible I can give you from my time in Allen Park over this entire season, it's that each week has felt almost the same there. Like it hasn't been too much up, too much down. Of course, the questions and the answers are a little bit different on a loss and a win, but that confidence is still there. The mentality of it's a business trip or it's a business game. We heard Ben Johnson say it yesterday, Dre Bly today. It's comfortable knowing that.
And do you remember, I thought about this, do you remember back when Dan Campbell got the first win ever in Detroit?
Yeah.
That walk-off to Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Yeah.
Thinking back to that and to this game, you're looking at an 0-4 team right now that's still hungry. The next video that we have of him, he basically talked about the Panthers coming in as a 0-4 team. And a lot of people, and this is something that I've talked about a lot, and a lot of people in the chat, you guys have been doing it as well. A lot of people at Woodward have been doing it. I've been doing it, and my score prediction is probably going to do it. But talking about how the Lions are going to blow this team out, how they're going to win this game easily, how it's a cakewalk. Dan Campbell talked about that today, and he's still, you'll hear it here. He's talked about how this is going to be a dogfight versus Panthers team.
Let me say that it's going to be a dogfight. I mean, this team's not, you know, and I say that every week. I mean, they're not going to just come in here and give a win away. You know, they're coming in here to fight. I mean, and that's why I bring up the point. We know exactly what this is. We've been there, done that, man. When you're scratching, clawing for everything you can possibly get, you lost 4 in a row. I mean, I know exactly what they're thinking. You know, so we'll be ready.
I love that. And actually, they had just moved on to another question, and Dan Campbell sort of reverted back to the person who answered the question before and was like, because I forget what it was about, but it was about the game and last year. Yeah. And basically, it was like, it's going to be a dogfight. Like we're not looking past them. I think he realized as he was thinking about the next question, like, whoa, I might not have like really, I might not have been clear enough to that answer of like, Carolina Panthers are an NFL football team that can beat you on any given Sunday.
Yes. That's the biggest thing too, and that Dan Campbell's going in with this mindset. Dan Campbell's going to be one of the reasons why they blow them out, because he's going to keep these guys grounded and say, listen, you have to still go in with that mindset. Because two perfect examples. Last night, the Chicago Bears, they weren't supposed to win that game, and they went out there and they almost blew it. In normal Chicago Bears fashion, the same old Bears, they almost went out there and blew that game, but they went up huge against a team that was 2-2 and supposed to win. And then the next example, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, wow.
Dallas, they weren't ready. Cardinals have everything to prove, and they have no pressure, and they went out there and did that. Panthers have no pressure right now. No pressure.
And if you really think about it, I feel like he's trying to keep them grounded because we saw what happened against Seattle. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs the week before. Then they go out. They lose to the Seattle Seahawks, puts them back down to earth a little bit. I think Dan Campbell's not just trying to keep the fan base level-headed, but I believe he's also trying to keep his players level-headed to where, like you said, Booner, this is still an NFL team.
It is. What does Neil Rule always say? Some of these players still drive Beamers, and they still drive Audis and Lamborghinis, and I don't even know any other cars.
They got
Maseratis.
I drive a. What do I drive?
A mayonnaise-colored Benz is a Miracle Whip, or no? What's that line?
I drive an Equinox.
I push Miracle Whips. Yeah. Sorry, I just got whiter.
Oh my gosh! All right, last part here, last video we have before we move on to break. And I'll do that later. We'll do that later. But the next video here, Matthew Broder was at.
Oh, we're gonna do this
at practice today.
Yeah. So
great video. Great.
So
video.
And I'll be quick with this, but we only get we don't get to see anything strategic on the field, so they let us in for 10, 15 minutes to see the beginning of practice, stretching, some individual drills, and occasionally they let us record some stuff. So this was something I saw after they were warming up. The defense came together, and I don't know if it's because two of these guys were new. They were signed to the practice squad at the end of September. There were two guys that were in the circle doing down-ups, and they got up to 30, and all of a sudden a handful of his teammates get in. It was kind of an inspiring video, and we'll come back and I'll finish explaining it just after real quick. If you could play that, Parker,
whoa,
that'd be amazing.
Whoa.
I'm his boo now.
Boo.
Charles Harris.
There was so I cut the video so you didn't have to sit through all 40 down-ups. It was about 2 minutes long, but they got to 31, and then all of a sudden you start to see Charles Harris, Tracy Walker, Chase Lucas, and there were a couple other guys that couldn't get their numbers, but they start joining in. It was right when the two guys were getting a little tired, and they just needed that extra boost. So it was just cool to see. It wasn't coach related. No one told them to do it. These are veterans on that team.
Love that too.
Helping and supporting.
That's the culture that's being built in Detroit right now.
Yes,
that's the culture. We've talked about it relentlessly on this show, over and over and over again. Dan Campbell's building the culture that's completely different, and it's because you know what? And a lot of these people around the league say it. He was a player one time. He was in the locker room with these guys. He can walk around that locker room, and guess what? He's just like he's one of the guys.
Just let it hang on the table.
What you just did.
Yeah.
Yep. He's just one of the guys that in there, and people can mess with him and talk to him. They don't feel like he's just one of these coaches that it's like I heard I can't remember what interview it was, but someone said it's like some out of most NFL locker rooms, when a coach walks in, you turn the other way. You stop talking, saying jokes. You stop talking. Dan Campbell, you keep doing the joke. You keep going up to him. You do stuff with him. Like it's a difference there, man.
Like Steve Weir says, that's why you call him Man Campbell.
Man Campbell.
Man Campbell. Yeah.
Man Booner. All right.
Let me tell you about Dispo. Come on back, because we're going to be talking, I think we're talking offense versus defense. We're going to get a little bit deeper. But you can experience Dispo Romeo. They're a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. They are the first ever cannabis mall of its kind. They're conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile Road in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is now open late night until midnight every day except Sunday. There were two shows there today, the heavyweights in Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Terry Foster was on it.
Parker was there.
They were there at the Dispo Dispensary. DispoShops.com. They are your local cannabis plug.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
How would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Syntron Energy. Drink it, live it, purchase a 24-pack today, and enter to win that $100,000 Vegas getaway. And purchase your Syntron at your local Meijer. Syntron, the healthier energy drink where you can look good, feel great, be the best version of yourself with Syntron. Go to drinksyntron.com/Vegas for that $100,000 Vegas getaway.
There we go, Parker. Friday night, baby.
Memorized.
8 to 10, Woodward Nights. Make sure you guys are liking, hitting that like button. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We're talking all Detroit Lions stuff today, basically. This is basically the Detroit Knights Woodward Knights Detroit Lions pregame show. I mixed that up a little bit there. Nick over there is laughing at me. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to get into it here, Broder.
Get into it, Booner.
Detroit Lions offense versus the Carolina defense. Kind of want to break this down. We're going to start it with this because we already talked about injuries at the start. Biggest news coming out of this Detroit Lions offense right now is Amon-Ra St. Brown out. With that, how much confidence? Let's go 1 to 10. What is your confidence level if he is out in this offense to still kind of just keep doing what they've been doing? 28 points a game.
My confidence isn't as strong in that. I think he's a significant loss if he doesn't play. Not to say that the Lions can't still score points, they can't still move the ball, but he's such an asset to them on offense. He's such an asset to Ben Johnson calling plays and Jared Goff throwing him the ball, getting him the ball at different spaces on third down. He's a first down machine. He's just that guy that you trust. So he's not easily replaceable. And I think at the beginning of the season, other than Jared Goff, I'd say if Amon-Ra St. Brown misses time, like that's a huge, huge loss for the offense. But there's something about going into this game, and the Lions have a little bit of luck on their side for the first time in a while. The fact that it is an 0-4 team, we're not taking them lightly, but the fact that it's an 0-4 team, they should still be able to move the ball with the same rhythm, even with Amon-Ra St. Brown out there.
And I've already said it before, the confidence level with this offense, even with him out, it comes from one person and one person only. And no, it's not Jared Goff, which I am confident in Jared Goff, like very confident that he's able to lead this team. He's a different Goff than we've ever seen.
Than you've ever seen. Than most people have ever seen.
Most people. Well, everyone.
Except me.
No, everyone.
No, I called this months ago.
All right. I don't know if
before he came.
Pause. Okay. The number one
sorry
person
to interrupt you.
No. The last part got me. That's what got me, really. Yeah. But the biggest part to me and the most confidence I have is that one person is Ben Johnson. And we already talked about it in the first segment a little bit with Ben Johnson, but just knowing, like you said, Broder, he has these plays drawn up for every single player on the team. St. Brown, say he's out, it's just next man up. And he still has these trick plays. He still has these plays. He knows what he's going up against with Carolina. He is perfectly fine, I feel like, no matter what happens. If it's Amon-Ra St. Brown that's out, Sam Laporta, Josh Reynolds. We saw it a couple weeks ago. What happened a couple weeks ago versus Atlanta? Josh Reynolds all year, even last week, is involved highly in that offense. And guess what? Atlanta, he was out there, wasn't involved. So Ben Johnson he's perfectly fine in my opinion. I think he's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, this is a job interview also for Ben Johnson. Not because they're playing Carolina, but it's moments like these that teams, that general managers, maybe the Los Angeles Chargers general manager wants to see how he's responding to being down his star player, if that's how it goes. If Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown are out, there's two weapons that make it easier to game plan. Who was it yesterday? Was it Ben Johnson talking about how there were surprises that Atlanta put out on defense when Jahmyr Gibbs had the ball, and in Green Bay too? They did the Butch, what they called the Butch, but they had the new defense that New England Patriots back in the day used to run, and basically they're more physical with Jahmyr Gibbs. They're putting more attention on him, and it made it hard for him to break free. So it's a sign of respect for Jahmyr Gibbs, but if they don't have to do those things, that means there's that many more people. They can stack the box or play a softer zone to make it more difficult on Jared Goff to pick them apart. I don't know. But this is the type of game that Ben Johnson needs to show up at.
Okay, and then I'm going to kind of fade you a little bit here. I mean, we both had the same point anyways.
Throw the fade, baby.
But here with the Carolina defense.
Yes.
This is kind of where the question kind of goes is, does this defense scare anyone at all? And when you break it down, I believe their passing defense is ranked 11th in the NFL, and I believe their rushing defense might actually be last. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it might be last. But the two biggest things here to me that I noticed is the secondary. J.C. Horn out, Xavier Woods out, potentially, or Xavier Woods might be questionable, but I think he's going to end up being out. Just look at the last 4 games, Broder. I don't know if you've seen these stats. They held Kirk Cousins to 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Geno Smith, 296 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Derek Carr, 228 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Desmond Ridder, 115 yards and 1 touchdown. And that's it. So their passing defense has been I mean, you could say Geno's I guess you could say maybe they're mid quarterbacks.
No, they're quarterbacks that we played too. Yeah, Geno Smith ate up the Lions.
Kirk Cousins been having a year, and he only threw for 140 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
So that's something else. Obviously, the rushing defense is a different thing. I haven't looked at the chat yet. I'm sure they're like, oh, but they lost still.
No, their rush defense has been bad, but their pass rush has been good.
That's the one thing I could take away with this defense is Jared Goff still has to play a great game because they've shut down some quarterbacks that have been playing very well.
Yes,
Nick. Booner, speaking of this rush defense, Carolina gives up 136 yards per game on the ground. And the big number for the Lions offense is they also rush for 136 yards per game. So it's going to come down to this rushing attack and give Goff the opportunity to get into that play action so he's not feeling the pressure from those DNs that Broder hit on.
Early.
Let's go.
Set the tone in the run game. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially if St. Brown's out.
That was my number one point. I 100% agree. I do think they can't look past they can't look past the pass rush. Derek Brown, Brian Burns, even and I just want to make sure I pronounce Yetur Gross-Matos. They have a decent pass rush. They have 12 sacks, which is the same amount as the Lions. So they've got some weapons. They're veterans too. They got to put all the pieces together, but they have the potential to make it through the offensive line to get some pressure on Jared Goff. So that's a good call out.
They do. Another question here I have. You actually prefaced this before the show. Jameson Williams. Should we go about these questions without St. Brown?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's just do that for the rest of the show. We're planning on St. Brown not being there.
With him doubtful, it's like he's not going to play. Okay.
And if he does play, he's going to get 10 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown.
Or just be a decoy. But just throwing that out there. But Jameson Williams, St. Brown doesn't play. You texted me today and said Jameson Williams over or under 2.5 receptions.
And it wasn't for advice because I was not placing a bet.
No, you were just asking me, like, what do you think? And I think that was a good question. Like, how many does he get? How many looks does he get? I think it goes, and that 2.5 too, it's not in sports books or anything yet, at least when I checked last.
It was right from my head, I promise you.
Yeah, I don't think that, I think actually all of the props might be down. The last time I checked, I didn't see any props up besides Adam Thielen.
You said it was over under 2.5.
So basically, so
it was just a thought I had. Like, I was thinking if he catches 3-4 balls, that's a decent first game back. If he catches 2, it's like, okay, it might have just happened versus like it tells you a little bit about, in my head, about what they were thinking before the game.
I got you.
Also, Booner, see this?
Yeah.
Prop down. You said all props were down?
Do it again. They didn't see it.
Prop. Oh, I get it.
Down.
Oh, my gosh.
See, all the props are down.
Sometimes Broder gets me, man. I look short on the screen next to you, man. This is a problem. I need to talk to someone about getting me a higher chair, man. This is unbelievable.
Do you need a high chair?
This is as high as it goes.
You need a high chair?
Boys, that JMO stat that you just brought up that you're thinking like over 2.5 would be a great first game back, and one of them's going to be a deep threat. So if he can at least stretch the field one time, like I think they'll take a shot on it, especially when we're able to run the ball. It'll be a great first game back for JMO, and let's temper the expectations. He's not going to go off for 150 and 7 touchdowns, but if he can be a key contributor.
7 touchdowns would be insane.
In a game? Has a receiver
I don't believe I said that, but back to you, Boone.
No, I'm with you. I'm with Nick. I do think, though, if St. Brown's out, I do think Ben Johnson has those plays drawn up for him. I think the 2.5, I think he gets 3 or more.
I think so, too.
I look at 5 targets, 3 catches.
Hey. 5 targets, 3
catches.
I
think that's a little low, honestly.
No, well, it's his first game back.
I understand
he's not going to go out there and get 8 targets and 4 catches, 5 catches.
Well, I think we underestimate how much we probably. I mean, I think he'll probably get around 6 or 7 targets, like realistically.
I don't know.
What? That's a lot.
I don't know.
That's a lot.
I mean, the theory that he's only going to play probably a quarter of the snaps, but like that's
how many targets? Say that again.
6 or 7.
I want to look at who had the most targets last week. That's a lot of targets.
I think
most targets last week was St. Brown with 7 at Green Bay.
It's not an outrageous number.
I don't think that's unrealistic.
It's not. But I think. I don't know if they're all going to be targets in the pass game. Like I think he might get a rush or 2. I think they're just going to try multiple creative ways to get him involved to see how the offense can work, get in some rhythm with him out there. Maybe it's a reverse. Maybe it's just a wide receiver screen. He's going to touch the ball maybe 5, 6, 7 times. I could get down with that.
Don't forget the Booner guarantee as well. It's not a bet or anything, but it's there will be a double reverse or some sort of reverse tomorrow or Sunday.
The Booner booster seat?
Yeah, funny.
Dabber!
Shout out Dabber. Dabber, I love Dabber, man. Great chat member.
We got the best chat peeps.
That's my Booner guarantee is you're going to see some sort of reverse out of Ben Johnson tomorrow, especially if Jahmyr Gibbs is going and you have Jahmyr Gibbs out there and J-Mo. One of them is going to be a decoy. Either one, if they get like breakout, it might be gone.
You know who could take it deep too? Antoine Green, John F. and Lord.
Man.
Antoine Green, he's someone we didn't talk about. I know we're about to go to break, but he's one of those who continues to get better in practice each and every day. I don't think he's just had the opportunity out there. The coaches have talked about him playing well when he's got his chances, doing really well in the block game, blocking on rushing plays. So we'll see. I think Antoine Green might have 2 or 3 catches in this game.
I would hope so, man. Actually, I don't hope so, but that would be sweet to see a guy like him.
Yeah.
Get some catches if someone goes down, like if St. Brown's out. So let me tell you guys about this Hamlin Pub read, because listen, Hamlin Pub, great spot. A lot of people here at Woodward, actually, I believe, go there for different things. Have you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular? We have just the place for you. Head over to one of the Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. Whether you're enjoying the half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games. Sundays, great time to go there is a Sunday. Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all sports. That's over at Hamlin Pub.
Hamlin.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Do you have football on the brain?
Yes.
Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this fall is already freaking awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. So, shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports, and they should be covering you too. So, ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177.
Here we go, baby. Let's go. Woodward Nights on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We are going to have a night Detroit Lions pregame today. That's what we're doing. Let's go. Let's have a night here. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that like button real quick. Right below there where you're looking at it, hit that like button for us, please. Broder, I know you wanted to do something here.
Yeah, I just want to shout out like individuals in the chat, and there's so many people in here that wanted. But
great people.
They got Nicholas Duncan, Eric Burrow, Jay Cruzen, I King Horse, Bradley Stroh.
What? I King. Welcome to Woodward Nights. I haven't seen you in the chat, I don't think.
Big Simmies, Big Ins, Uncle Neil Softy, John F. and Lord. We thank everybody. I know I just named Shane D, Coach Walk. Thank you guys for being here.
I love I King, man.
When I used to watch the show, I was an OG fan, by the way. I used to watch the show. I would love when they would, call out the chat. It's hard up here.
Yeah.
I've been talking to them while you've been talking.
Fun fact, before I came to Woodward, I think they were going for maybe a year or so before I got here, and I got pulled in. But I used to be on the morning Woodward show back in the day, trolling everyone on the desk and seeing people get mad. And I was one of the people who would really try and set people off.
You were Brandon Katz.
Yes, I would say some stuff, and then I ended up getting the job here, and I had to let them know, hey, I definitely was in the chat, doing this.
You're a troll.
Which is it's
troll.
fun, man. We love it. We love the people. We love you guys interacting. It's
William
awesome.
and Tracy Borden, Big Simmies.
Oh, what about this person in the chat? Matthew Broder. Shout out.
What? Oh, wait, where?
Broder.
First name?
Yeah, I don't know why we gave that person a wrench.
Wait, how am I not seeing this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll find out. I'll call. Anyways,
just bro. I was talking about you.
Oh yeah,
Broder. No, I was talking about you.
Oh.
All right, 9 o'clock here. We're gonna dive into it here. Detroit Lions defense versus the Carolina offense. I want to do a poll with this. I want to see the confidence level of the listeners here, their confidence level of this Detroit Lions defense going into this matchup, because right now the 4th best defense in the NFL. Do you guys believe? I'm trying to think of a way we could kind of approach this, Broder. Parker's over there cooking something up. So whatever Parker does, Parker, you just cook something up. Let's see the confidence level of you guys there in the chat.
I was just waiting for you to say something.
All right, now just cook something up over there. But last year, obviously, we talked about it earlier. They gave up 570 yards, 320 rushing yards. Are you confident, Broder, that they kind of flipped that narrative?
Yes.
And you do? Because I have a statement in a second I think will shock a lot of people.
Then I'll buy some time for your statement. But I definitely do. This team, although there are actually very similar pieces in their rush defense, they didn't do a lot of investment in that defensive line. It is a new team, though. They're playing with this confidence, this swagger, this energy, and I think a lot of it too is coming from those linebackers. These sacks have started to come when we've seen Derek Barnes get more involved in the rush defense, in the quarterback rush, pass defense, rush defense, get into the quarterback. Also, Jack Campbell, he's been coming off the edge. Charles Harris. We're seeing Romeo Okwara and Julian Okwara is getting healthy. So there are options there. I do think they have this new mentality. And even Aiden Hutchinson was talking about it today, or this week in his interviews, of trusting the guy next to them. And not only for Aiden, it was not just playing the edge, but also his confidence going on the inside, trying new things, because Aaron Glenn and John Scott Jr., the defensive line coach, is coming up with these schemes that are putting them all in a little different areas. So as long as they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, that Ali McNeil is doing his job, that Buggs is doing his job, it creates all these opportunities. And I think when that happens on the pass rush, it only makes things easier when they start running the ball, because you've taken that away.
Yeah, and they've done such a good job at kind of building that. We talked about it at the beginning of the year, the depth. And then it felt like the first 2 games, it felt like that depth really quick, that we talked about it all the time, and it felt like really, really quick, it fell off like right away after week 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like after that Seahawks game, we were like, do we really have this depth? And then week 3 and 4, you started to feel that more with all those guys that you just named. But to me, Broder, the confidence level, this is what I want to see from the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions recently, in the last 2 games that they played, this defense, to the Green Bay Packers, they gave up 230 total yards. Not a lot. That's insane. The week before, to the Atlanta Falcons, they gave up 183 total yards. That's it. 230 and 183. I want to see the Detroit Lions defense not just go out there and play an average game and just hold them under 15 points and go score 20 and win the game. I want to see the Detroit Lions defense build off of those last 2 weeks. I don't care how good the team or how bad a team is. If you can build that confidence in the NFL that your defense can go out there and do that to an NFL team, that's going to take you a long way when you play Dallas, when you play, in the playoffs, if you have to play the 49ers, those teams. That's how you build that confidence, is going out there and dominating these teams. I want to see the Detroit Lions hold them under 250 yards of total offense on Sunday. That is what I want to see. I want to see them go out there and do what they did to Atlanta, where they held them to 183. What they did to the Packers and hold them to 230. Go hold the Panthers under 250 total yards on Sunday and dominate. Keep them under 10 points. Go out there and show the NFL that you're sitting there as the 4th best defense in the NFL right now. Go out there and prove it. Why? People can sit there and be like, oh, they haven't played anyone. They're only the 4th best defense because they haven't played many people. It'll eventually level out. No, go out there and show them why you are the 4th best defense in the NFL. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Under 250 yards. I wish I could bet on it. I can't find it. I looked.
No, you're right. It's a mentality. It's what they have to do. You can't. The Lions of the old, I won't even use that other acronym. The Lions of the old they would have gone out and they would have lowered their play to whoever their opponent was. If the Carolina Panthers are struggling, they wouldn't go and put them away. They wouldn't step on their throats, which is, you're so right, what they need to do. And remember I said they need to win the first half? Like, I think we're on a similar wavelength. They got to put this away.
You
make
have
a statement.
to.
Yeah.
And if you want to be considered one of these top 10 defenses, we're with and it's going to sound crazy, with the 49ers, with Dallas, like a Ravens defense, like these defenses that were consistently good every year, this is where you do it. Is you go out there, Aaron Glenn knows it too, you want to go out there and show that it's not a fluke, that those last 2 weeks aren't a fluke. You want to go out there and prove something. And then when you do that this week and you put them under 250, the next week, you know what you do? You go into Tampa versus Baker Mayfield in an offense that's been buzzing with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Rashad White, and you go hold them under 300 yards.
Yes.
And you do the same thing to them. And you start building a resume for this defense that Aiden Hutchinson's one of the most scary players in the NFL. That, Jack Campbell is able to step into a role. Alex Anzalone is one of the best veteran defenders in the NFL. Brian Branch, when he comes back, he's one of the best rookies in the NFL. You want to start building that so people start to respect you. So when the playoffs come around, you're dominating. Next year, they know to look out for that defense. The year after, same thing. That far ahead, but that's where I'm at.
No, to bring it back to this game, if they do that, if they dominate early, what does that mean? That means that they can then get in more of their second and third stringers. I don't know if Broderick Martin is going to be active, but like hypothetically, they're up 3 touchdowns. That's when you start to get guys experience and get them these game reps. We're hopefully going to see Emmanuel Mosley for 30-40% of the game. These are that option. Is there something funny?
Brandon said Parker looks like he could be a butler on some sitcom.
What does that even mean?
You kind of do look like that dude from Mr. Deeds.
Like, I think
that's a good one.
I think it would be like a bellhop, like like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
That's a good one.
Like bellhop.
You should dress up as that for Halloween.
I might do that.
Do you guys, Parker, Nick, do you have an opinion on what we're talking about? Lions defense versus the Carolina offense?
Well, I kind of said it earlier. I mean, this with the offensive line that the Carolina Panthers have, it's probably one of the worst in the league. So they have the opportunity to just light up Bryce Young. You don't want to give Bryce Young the opportunity, just like we didn't want to give Desmond Ridder the opportunity to. I apparently do have crazy eyes, but we don't want to give him an opportunity to look like an MVP caliber quarterback. I think this like we said, the defense is probably one of the best in the league. We should expect to go in this game to light up a very young Carolina Panthers team. But yeah, I think it's going to be a rough game for Carolina, but. Don't go in expecting just a blowout, I'd say.
And before you go, Nick, I'm glad you said that their offensive line is struggling. Specifically, Chandler Zavala, their rookie from North Carolina State, I believe it was. He was someone who I was thinking might be on the Lions' radar in the draft, but he's coming. I think he's like giving up double 28 QB pressures or QB hurries or something, which is like double the next right guard in the league. It's something crazy. And earlier in the week, Aiden Hutchinson was talking about his comfort going inside, and he said something about if he's going against a bad guard, we'll call it. He's like, that's when you got to go take advantage of those. So I wonder if he was legitimately talking about Chandler Zavala.
How many sacks? I had this was the next question. How many sacks does Hutch have on Sunday
in this game?
Yeah.
He gets at least 1.
I put 1.5.
All right, yeah. I think the Lions as a team will get their 5.
Me too.
Which is a good number, man.
Next break, I'm going to check and see if the sports books have put up how many sacks he gets. Nick, did you have something here with the defense?
Yeah, I could see Hutch getting 2 for sure. But in my eyes, this is another Aaron Glenn game. Coming off 2 massive wins to lead the division at 3-1. How do you respond? You have to keep bringing pressure, and I believe they'll do it because they saw what happens when they don't with that Seahawks game. So bring the pressure early, like you guys alluded to, and just keep it going on Bryce Young, and I think they'll get the early lead and rock with it, and that's why Hutch will pick up the sacks late.
Yeah. How many did you say, 2?
2 sacks for Hutch.
And did you give a number for the Lions as a team?
I'm rocking with 4 or 5.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Last thing here, because we're going to go to break.
Yeah.
You texted to me today. We talked about it a little earlier this week. Deuce Staley versus Aaron Glenn.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
That'll be a fun match.
They have to mic those guys up.
You
have to.
You said that yesterday?
Yeah, you
Dude,
have
they
to.
need to mic those guys. If you're going to take advantage of Taylor Swift being in an NFL stadium, you need to take advantage of Deuce Staley and Aaron Glenn being on opposite sidelines just to hear whatever they're going to be jawing across the field at each other. Epic. I don't know if you guys remember in Hard Knocks, they had some pretty epic moments on the practice field going against each other. We do miss Deuce Staley. Very happy with Scotty Montgomery, who has replaced him. Came over from Indianapolis. A ton of experience. So, hey, it's a good call out there at the end. Let's go to break.
Yes, let me tell you guys
We're going to come back
about Planet Fitness, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Where your fitness is essential. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, even me, Booner, if you can go there and feel comfortable and work on my fitness goals, and you can work on them too. Over at Planet Fitness, you will experience squeaky clean gyms, cleaned by the one, the only Parker, that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $1 down and $10 a month. No commitment at all. Now through October 13th, it is $1 down and $10 a month, and that's no commitment. That is over at Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. You got to give your pet the best, guys and girls. Premier's Pet Supply is hands down. Booner, just mouth something right now. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices in curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply.
Premier Pet Supply.
Give your pet the best. www.petsupplies.com.
Premier Pet Supply, baby.
Where you
check it out.
Where your petness is exceptional.
Hey, that was funny. I love that. Hey, shout out to iKing Horse 2 in the chat. We were talking about him here. iKing is a Hall of Famer chat member. He's a Hall of Famer. When I first started with doing stuff with the heavies and the match chair, iKing had my back. He went at everyone, but he would say no Booner slander. And he would call people out.
That's awesome.
Now he goes at me a little bit.
That's awesome.
Respect.
Real quick side bet for you that my guy Tracy Borden just called out. There's a FanDuel game special. It's Hutch with a sack and Lions with a win.
I just saw that. It's -120. I know. I literally.
Is that you got to take that, right? Like,
you do. I took it last week, and I believe it was like +150 last week, and I took it, and I hit that. So yeah, I went to go look to see if they had the 5 sacks up yet, and they did not. And I saw the Hutch sack and a win, and I've taken that the last 2 weeks on the stream. If you guys tune into the stream, make sure you guys tune in to watch that during the game. But I like that. I don't care if -120. I'll do that. Put a couple units on it.
Oh yeah.
I don't love the odds on the -120.
Why? It's gonna happen though.
I mean,
him to basically get a sack is like -170 maybe.
Yeah, I just would wish there was more juice to it.
Yeah. I mean, last week I got juice to it, +150 or something like that. And the week before, I think it might have been like +200.
It's ultra concentrated juice. Shake well, no pulp.
Yeah.
We're talking NFL. We're taking a little Lions break here for a hot second. We're going to do some picks, right?
Let's do it.
We're going to do some picks.
Some NFL picks. And we want your guys in the chat. So when we talk about them, make sure you guys drop in the chat who you guys are picking. Don't want you guys to miss out on that. I want to make sure we're hitting you guys. Let's start it off here, though. Broder.
Yes.
Hit us with the records real quick.
I'm going to hit you with some records. Also, Tony, you might be new in the chat. It's a great question you asked about St. Brown and JMO. We do a mailbag in the last 10 minutes of the show, so if you're still around, put that question back in. We'll try to answer it maybe throughout the show, but just a little reminder. Our Pick'em records we have in first place, combination of Parker, Lucas, and Jalen at a season record of 17-9. Second place, Nick, Detroit Mario, 16-10.
Let's go.
That's a pretty good, these are both pretty good records.
I'm coming up on that one spot here. I'm going for it.
Nope.
Go for it. Make some crazy picks today. That's what I want to hear. In third place, you got me, 14-12. 14-12. Remember that number. In fourth place, Booner at 14-12.
Listen,
I take the tiebreaker.
Remember how I said I don't lose? We're going for the number one pick, baby. I want the number one pick next year. That's why I'm in fourth.
Last place.
I don't know if you're tanking. Caleb Williams isn't available.
Be tanking. You don't know that?
All right, fair.
You don't know. We do need to have a punishment for the last place person. We'll figure that out as the season goes by. But
so now you introduce these picks, and we're going to go around.
First game here. It is in London, 9:30 a.m. game. Make sure you guys get your fantasy lineups in on Saturday night. Jaguars, Bills. Start with you, Nick, and we'll come around as always. Who do you have in this game?
Basically a home game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I am going with the Jags against the Booners Bills.
Wow. That's messed up.
That's how you gain points.
I mean, yep. It's Parker.
Man, your guys are sleeping on the Bills.
I'm not.
Bills all the way.
I'm going to go with the Bills, too. I was very close to going with Nick and going Jaguars, but the Bills are playing very well.
Yeah, I'm hitting the Bills as well. You guys know the Bills is my second team outside the Lions this year. I think they already have a chance. They're going to be in the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen will win the MVP. Next game, 1 o'clock, Houston Texans at the Falcons. Falcons are a 1.5 point favorite, so this is almost a pick 'em. Nick, who do you have in this game, Texans or Falcons?
Also, let us know your picks in the chat while we go around.
Falcons are at home, by the way. As well.
I love the Texans right now, and I'm going with them in this game. C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins, watch out.
Wow.
They're playing well.
Give me C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, and the Houston Texans.
Ooh. I think Bijan's going to run all over the Houston Texans. Algier might get 75 yards himself. I'm going to go Falcons.
Ooh. You know what I'm going to do, Broder?
What, Booner? Come on.
Me and you are in fourth place tied.
Let's go.
Let's hit the Falcons, baby.
Baby.
Give me the home team. Give me the home team. Next game, don't care. Ravens are a 4.5 point favorite over the Steelers. I'm going the Baltimore Ravens. I'm just going to throw it out there. Give me the Ravens. I don't care if the Steelers are at home. I don't know what's going on with Kenny Pickett right now. He's hurt. I'm going the Ravens, though.
Going with the Ravens as well.
I don't trust Mitch Trubisky. Give me the Ravens.
Oh, shut up,
Is Mitch Trubisky starting?
I believe that's the projected start.
Is this all Steelers here or
all four
Ravens?
Ravens? 4 Ravens for me, too. Let's go Red Wings.
All right.
Sweep 'em.
Fair enough. All right, this is an interesting game, fellas. New Orleans Saints at the Patriots. This line is dead even, I believe, right now. I think it's a pick-em, and it's a home game for the Patriots. I'll start us off here. I don't trust what's happening with the Patriots. Defense is kind of falling apart slowly and slowly and slowly. Matt Judon, best player on their defense. Torres Peck. Shout out Grand Valley guy. Went to school with his brother, actually, at Saginaw Valley. Yep. Great dude. Yeah, his brother's awesome. Marcus.
Shout out C.J. Gardner-Johnson, torn pec.
Yeah, it's tough, man. That's a tough injury. But I'm going to go here with the Saints here. I do think the Patriots dropped this one. Issues in New Orleans. I'm going with, or in New England. I'm going the Saints.
I'm going to go with the Patriots here. Wow. This is a big Bill Belichick game.
Don't like that.
Get right game for the Pats.
I'm also going to go to the Patriots.
Don't like this.
This is a job securing game for Mac Jones.
Broder.
The Saints come marching in, baby.
Yeah,
let's go, Noah.
We're really going head to head with these two guys.
We are.
Next week we're going to be in the lead.
No.
This is also how we got in the hole ourselves.
Eventually, if we fade them, we're going to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going here. Next one, Bengals, Cardinals. I know it's a weird one, but Bengals are only 3-point favorites on the road. So I'm going to go the Bengals. Obviously, I feel like everyone in here will go the Bengals. Had to throw this game in there because it's a close game.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Okay. Are you going Cardinals?
I don't know yet.
All right. Nick?
If something looks fishy, it probably is. But I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah. That's easy. Do it. I dare you.
I'm going to do it.
All right, do it.
Give me the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's go. Make that 2 in a row.
Yeah!
Let's go. Josh Dobbs, baby. Vayner Sports athlete, former Detroit Lion great. Josh Dobbs.
Are you going Cardinals too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There's something
I might
weird
be in
about
the
this.
league
Like
by
they're
the end of
playing
this
hard.
year.
Gritty
They're not
team.
talented. They're playing hard.
So Big Simeon says, Booner, the Bengals don't have Burrow. He's too hurt. I'm pretty sure. I saw a press conference and he looked fine up there and he said like we're gonna win.
He that's what he thinks, and it's hard to bet against Joe Burrow, but I'd almost prefer that he plays. He's very injured.
What?
Leave my
I know that's actually kind of an absurd thing to say.
Leave my friend's name out of your mouth.
But
man.
he's at like 10%. Like he can barely walk. There's so many things he's limited in, and I know I get worried about when Aaron Rodgers went down when he tore his Achilles. He'd had a calf injury all offseason. That's what Joe Burrow's battling. I don't want him to tear his Achilles.
A lot of people are saying
off.
Bengals are cooked. Jack Harrington, Bengals are cooked. Oh, Big Simeon says he's too injured to play good. Yeah, that's fair.
Weird. I know what I'm talking about.
Every quarterback. And to my point, I said that Burrow said he's going to win, and like every quarterback goes up there and they're like, I'm going to win. So
I got to say we're going to win.
Next one here,
Chase
Eagles-Rams.
Claypool.
This is an interesting one, actually, Eagles-Rams. There's a pick. One of my best bets is in this game, actually, but I'm going to go to the Eagles. I think the Eagles win this game. They're about 4.5-point favorite, but I think the Eagles win. Nick?
Give me Matthew Stafford and the L.A. Rams. I'm taking a lot of underdogs this week, and the Rams are one of them.
Home underdogs. Love it.
Certain guys returning this week named Cooper Kupp.
Ooh,
Give me the Los Angeles Rams. I don't trust the Eagles this year.
Wow, they're letting us back in this, Booner. Eagles, baby.
They're
fly.
A platter
Let's
for us.
go. DeAndre Swift, Darius Slay, they're going to just absolutely run all over them and defend.
I love it. And I have a bet going on plus 350 for the Eagles to be the last undefeated team. So I need the 49ers to lose, and I need this Eagles team to...
Oh, this is a game the 49ers could lose.
The Cowboys, yes.
We'll get there.
Chiefs, Vikings. This is an interesting one, guys.
Mm-hmm.
-3.5 at home, or on the road, the Chiefs are to the Vikings. I'm just gonna keep taking the favorites here because I want to come back a little bit. I'm gonna go the Chiefs.
Yeah, I actually have the Chiefs covering like 6.5. I got it way too early. It's just gone down and down and down, and it's in a parlay, so I can't cash it out. I'm going with the Chiefs here, and I hope they win by a tutty. Let's go.
Man.
Come on, Mahomes.
Parker loves
One
purple.
side of me thinks purple, but the other side of me is really thinking red. I'm going to give the Kansas City Chiefs this one.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going Chiefs, too. There is something very odd feeling about this.
It does.
I don't like the Vikings, but something feels weird. Like, they're going to come out and win this game or something.
The Vikings, I'm sorry, Nick, that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in gambling is like, he's like, I put a parlay earlier in the week. They were 6.5, and they're all the way down to 3.5, and you're just stuck in the parlay. Because when that happens, I'm betting on the Vikings, the spread. When that line's moving, you know something's happening, and even though it's 3.5, you still probably go Vikings because there's a reason it's moving.
Yeah, no doubt. And I got
They
the
want
Lions
you to
at
take the
8.5
Chiefs.
in the same parlay that moved all the way up to 10.
10. It's 9.5 now, so you're looking a little better. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. But I'm gonna probably take the Vikings. Not on the game for our picks, but for the spread. So I'm taking the Chiefs. Next game. The New York Jets versus the Denver Broncos. This also is one of my bets later in the afternoon here, but I'm going to go Broncos to win this game.
Wow. Interesting.
At home.
Shout out Coach Walk. I am not a degenerate. I gamble small amounts on parlays. Shout out Coach. I'm going with the Jets, baby.
You going Jets?
Give me the Jets.
JTS for Braylon.
I couldn't do it. This is such a horrible game, but I'm going with the Jets here. Shout out Zach Wilson for a big win.
Parker?
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's go. I'm on the Broncos too.
The Broncos are they're so bad.
They have to get it going at some point. They won last week.
Do they though?
They do.
Do they? The Lions went 0-16 one year.
You gotta start riding at some point.
Yeah.
Pause.
Thanks. I'm gonna go with the JTS Jets.
Okay.
I like number 17.
Let's go, Broder.
Yeah.
All right, last game here of the because we're not doing the Monday Night Football because make sure you guys tune in on Monday night at 8 o'clock. We will, our first segment, talk about that Monday Night Football game. That is actually the Packers, too. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Cowboys at 49ers. 49ers are 3.5-point favorites. I will start us off here. At home, I'm going to go the 49ers.
All right.
I need them to lose for that bet I have. I can't see them losing. I don't. The Cowboys, when they play in these games, they lose.
It's damn straight.
Right there with you, Boone. I'm going 49ers all day. I don't trust the Cowboys at all. 49ers, baby. They remain undefeated.
Bang, bang, Niner gang, baby.
All right.
49ers. I'm also going with the Niners.
All right, I'm switching mine.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm
officially.
Going Cowboys.
This is recorded. Everyone in the you guys remember this in the chat? Where he's switching to the Cowboys?
I'm switching.
Officially?
What?
I'm locking it in
Cowboys
right now.
Win. I'm switching.
Yikes.
All right. Across the board there, someone has to switch it. I'll switch it. I'll be the one. I'll do it.
I'm going to spread rumors
I'll
around
put
this
my
office.
nuts on the table and do it.
Put them nuts on the
Cowboys
table.
win. Defense steps up.
Their defense is
Maybe
nasty.
we take the under in that game, to be honest.
How about, what's the over-under Randy Gregory sacks in the first game?
Oh,
7.
wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that. No, he might not even suit up on Sunday.
I know. How did they get him?
Yep. Denver, we're going Cowgirls, man. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on.
Wow.
Okay.
Remember, I don't lose, fellas. So
This
is interesting. Yeah,
Was
I'm
that
gonna
our
tell
last
you
game?
That was our last game because Monday Night Football is Green Bay. We'll talk about that. And make sure you guys tune in for that Monday night, 8 to 10. Woodward Nights, baby. Let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm, though. We're talking defense, Dallas Cowboys defense, all of these defenses. Guardian Alarm is the one.
All the D's.
What he said. Yes, customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us any day or night and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. That is technology that is backed by people. For the people, your safety and security deserves technology that is proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Right there. See that? 1-800 stay out. Stay out.
Stay out. Oh, Feldman, look at that. Feldman Chevrolet. It's Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. Actually, at least my Blazer from Feldman out in Novi. They have 18 locations, Novi being one of them. So there is a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. And since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. They will be there this Monday. Neil Rule and Lindsey Hunter, NBA champion Lindsey Hunter. Feldman Automotive Group, check them out.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Pew, pew. All right, baby, listen to this. The Woodward Sports Lions post-game show. Look at that. Explosion. Look at Maz up there, Stick up there. You guys do not want to miss out on the Woodward Sports post-game show directly after every single Detroit Lions game. This Sunday, these guys will be there. They will be there to bring some energy and talk about the Detroit Lions win versus the Carolina Panthers. Almost said the Dallas Cowboys, which that will happen this year. Make sure you guys tune in, though, after the game over at the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Yes. Or when you're pre-gaming, go get some meats from Fairway Meats because they've been providing Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef for over 60 years. Just check them out in Grosse Pointe Woods. They got grab-and-go steaks, or you can order them online. I believe they ship same day or next day. Ryan Ermanni and Edwards of the 2 o'clock show loves this place, so check them out at fairwaypacking.com.
Yes, sir. We are back. We're a little final stretch here. 2 or 3 more segments left here of Woodward Nights, and we are going to bring the energy here. We're going to make sure we hopefully entertain you guys the rest of the night.
You asked for picks. We're going to give you more picks.
More picks. If you guys like those pick segments every single Friday, we're going to do that. NFL and as well college football. There's actually some good college football games this weekend. Someone said, Shane Daniel said, Booner, you go to the casino or just sports betting? I go to the casino a little bit. I'm not great at those games, to be honest.
Like slots and poker.
I've never won. I've
blackjack.
won like cents and I don't know how people go in there and win in slots.
They don't.
You don't.
They're just like, but there's like people I know who will go and win hundreds of dollars in slots, and they're like, oh, every time I go, I'm like,
It's the expensive ones.
that slots is literally I could just go to a vending machine and go get all the Doritos in the vending machine and have a better day.
Or to just hand $100 to a homeless person and
Seriously.
say, see you money.
Now blackjack or something, I can go up there and be strategic and I can win some money. I've done that a lot. I'm not very good at it, but I do it because I don't lose.
Because you're a baller.
I asked the dealer, I'm like, can you help me out here? And the dealers are actually like kind of nice about it.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be like, don't hit as long as someone's at the table, and I'll like walk away with some money.
Nice.
Nice. But let's get into here. College football pick'em here, and then right after college football pick'em, in about 4 or 5 minutes, I'm gonna do Booner bets. I have 5 or 6 bets for you for tomorrow and Sunday. You guys aren't gonna want to miss out on these.
No.
Units will be made. That is a fact. So let's start it off here. College football pick'em. We'll go quickly around the room. Number 23 LSU is a 5.5 point favorite over the number 21 Missouri. Mizzou.
Chase Daniel, former
on the
great.
road. Can we do cover since it's college football?
You can.
We'll do cover and you just do pickup.
Okay.
Who do you think covers, Nick?
I like Mizzou to cover this one at home. Big
Yep.
time, yeah.
Yep.
SEC, that place is going to be rocking.
Parker, you can go. Let's do cover.
I'll do pick 'em because
Okay.
I feel more comfortable with that.
Okay, fair.
Give me the LSU Tigers.
Yeah, of course.
Give me the LSU Tigers.
Of course. Broder, what do you think wins this one?
This is my last chance, LSU Tigers.
You're going LSU?
This is their last chance in my book. Yeah, I'm
It
going
is.
LSU.
They have 2 losses already.
I
right?
know. I'm not saying they're going to win the national championship, but I think they win this game and stay in the in between the 10 and 20 ranked team.
Must-win game.
Yeah, it's they need this.
I'm going Mizzou. Points and money line.
Let's go, Booner.
Mizzou
Let's
wins
make some
this.
cash.
This is LSU's downfall. What's his name's fired.
Brian
Gone.
Kelly? Oh, dude,
Gone.
I want him gone.
Already?
Gone.
Bye-bye.
Next game, number 13, Wazoo at UCLA. UCLA is a 3.5 point favorite. Nick, who do you got here?
This is a hate pick for me because Wazoo took out actually different team. All right, I'm going UCLA to cover as well. I like UCLA.
Give me UCLA.
Wow. This is one I think I picked yesterday was one that Wazoo could lose to Dante Moore, former, was it Detroit King quarterback?
Yes.
I am going to go with UCLA.
All right.
Upset. This is going to be the top 25 upset.
I'm going Wazoo. They win it. Plus 3.5. I'll take the number 13 team in the country on the road versus UCLA. I'll do that. They win this game outright on the road. Big game for Wazoo. Number 11, Alabama, 2.5 point favorites over Texas. I'll start us off. Said it yesterday when we talked about a top 25 team losing. Bama loses this game. Texas A&M. This is a game. This is a huge game for Texas A&M. I think they step up 4-1 and kind of at home. Place will be rocking. Texas A&M's a tough place to play.
I'm still not all the way bought in on Texas A&M. I don't think Bama's great, but they have the lineage, and I got Bama winning by a field goal in this one.
Lineage.
Okay.
I think I'm the opposite of you. I'm bought in on Texas A&M, and I
What?
think they're gonna win this game.
Love it. Parker was bought in on Colorado too for the Natty.
Well,
I'm just
I
kidding.
never said the natty.
I'm just joking.
I never said the natty.
Set them off. Hey, look at sink line and
hook, line, and sinker.
I said top 15.
No, that's fair. Hey, definitely.
Didn't happen.
College football playoffs.
Give me Bama. I'm going with Nick.
All
We're going
right,
Bama. I think
Bama.
Jalen
I'll
Milrow
go-
has a little comeback game.
All right, I love it. Number 20, Kentucky at number 1, Georgia. 14.5 point favorites. It might have moved to almost 15, I think, possibly. I'm going to go the spread here with Kentucky. I think it's a close game. Georgia had actually,
You picked him yesterday.
yeah, I did. But now that I think about it, this is where Kentucky or Georgia comes out. They just struggled last week, and they give everything. Give me Georgia. I'm switching.
Wow.
Are you taking the points with Georgia as well?
14.5.
Yep, I'm right there with
They're
you.
gonna
I think
come out and prove
Georgia
something.
proves to every single person that thinks they're not the same Georgia and absolutely dominates this Kentucky team at home.
I'm with you on that. I know yesterday I did Kentucky. I thought about it. Georgia's about to be out there. Parker, who do you have in this game? 14.5.
I think Georgia's gonna win this game. I don't know if they're gonna necessarily. I'll say Georgia. I'm not. I feel like this might be a trap game for them, but I think Georgia might come out on top.
Trap or die. It's going to be Georgia. There are going to be 2 wins in Saturday in Georgia, the Atlanta Braves and the Georgia Bulldogs.
Love that. There we go. Second to last game, number 10 Notre Dame, 6.5 point favorites over Louisville. Number 25 Louisville. I'm taking Notre Dame and the points. Nick.
Give me Louisville to cover this one.
At home.
At home. Biggest game of the year for Louisville, and I think
that.
they cover.
What were the teams? I'm sorry.
Notre Dame and Louisville.
Give me Notre Dame.
I'm going Notre Dame too.
Notre Dame? All right, Notre Dame. Almost Notre Dame are on the board. Yeah, I don't hate that cover, Nick. Don't hate that. Big game here. The Red River Rivalry?
Yeah.
Red River Rivalry. This is
River.
a huge game. One of the best games of the year, in my opinion. I love watching this Oklahoma-Texas game. Points. All the time. Number 12, Oklahoma at number 3, Texas. 5.5-point favorites. Nick, hit me with it. I want your spread. I want to see who you have covering the spread.
Texas is still on my hit list, and I said earlier in the year that they are not back. I'm going horns down. Oklahoma covers.
Wow.
Oklahoma wins. Horns down all day, baby. I am doubling down on
we
it.
We can clip this.
I'm
just
down
like
on
the
it.
last clip.
Clip it.
We can clip this.
Come on, horns down, baby.
This is all on there.
Horns down.
All right, we'll see. I'm going Texas minus 5.5. Minus 5.5, Texas. We can clip this.
We can.
You're getting clipped, Nick.
Do it. I can't wait to sound so good on Monday because I sounded horrible that Monday back from the
great?
Bama-Texas game.
Who sounded great?
You and Jay.
Thank you.
Busted.
Parker, you're taking Texas, right?
Horns up.
There we go. Horns up over here, brother. All right. Thank you for being on my side. Before we go to break here, though, let me tell you guys about my picks here. I just went into that like I was about to say an ad.
You didn't.
Let me tell you guys about Booner Bets, where I do not lose. We do not lose. I have 6 picks for you guys. First of all, we're going right back to this Oklahoma-Texas game.
All right.
Oklahoma, Texas, we're taking the over. 60.5. This has hit the last 3 or 4 times. I think 3 out of the 5 or 4 out of the 5 times they've played. This game goes over. Two explosive offenses. Yeah, you can be like, oh, their defenses are... No, we're going over in this game. It's going to be like 34-37. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Next one, in the Michigan game. This is a lock.
Like Drew.
Roman Wilson touchdown. Anytime touchdown. Minus 120. We're hitting that there as well. Next one, we're moving to the NFL. I have 4 picks for you in the NFL. Don't parlay them together. I'm telling you guys, don't parlay these together. These are straight bets. Be smart. Bills minus 5.5 versus the Jags.
Okay.
This is they're playing the best football in the NFL right now, I feel like, and they're going to be playing the Jags. Jags have stayed in London. They haven't left London. They played in London last week, and they're literally just staying in London. Back-to-back games in London. They lost, I believe, 2 home games maybe, potentially. I'm not 100% sure, but they're staying there.
A little too much bangers and mash for the Jaguars.
Yes, so 5.5 there. I think you're getting a steal. That's a touchdown game. Next one, I have the New Orleans Saints money line minus 104 versus the New England Patriots. That is a lock. We've already talked about that earlier in the pick'em.
Saints money line.
All right. Next one I have talked about in the pick'em before. Broncos money line over the New York Jets. That is a lock. I know Neil Rule gave out his the get right, and I think he took the Broncos minus 2.5. We're just going money line minus 136. We'll take it. Take that and run with it. Last one. I know I took the Eagles to win this game, fellas, but the Rams cover. Cooper Kupp's back. Take the Rams plus 4.5 on the road or at home.
By the numbers.
Booner, I think we're against each other on 3 of your first 4. 3 of your first 4 bets. I think you bet against every single one of my picks.
All right. Well, I don't lose.
Yeah, I know. I might have to switch up some of these bets I'm placing because you do not lose.
I do not. Yep, you take me.
Coming up.
Tell us about Mark White.
No, I'm going to, but we're going to do our Detroit Lions versus Carolina Panthers predictions, bold takes. This is where we kind of round out our pregame next segment. But first, let me tell you about Mark White Real Estate. Because when you're buying or selling real estate, we know that flexibility and control over the sales process is key. So sellers, how would you like the opportunity to cancel your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That's exactly what Mark White and Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement. Try Mark White's Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement today. So if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. Again, that's markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check us out online at www.gloriouscanna.com.
Hey, I think Nick's Glorious read might be the best ad read at Woodward Sports right now.
Elite.
The way he does it, and he puts Glorious in the www.glorious.com. It's unbelievable. But welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys tuning into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't. We're getting right back into the Detroit Lions now. We're flipping it. We're going right back. We took 2 segments of a break to the NFL, college football. Right back to Detroit Lions. It's time, fellas. It's time. You know what? Can we get the sound drop of Bruce Buffer or whoever it is? It's time.
I'm gonna have to find that
He'll
one.
look for it. You remember the old...
we can add that one in. That would be awesome.
So before you guys were born, the Pistons back in the early 2000s were they had their pregame opener was "It's time." Mehmet Okur, he had in his Turkish accent. He goes, "It's time," and it was like all of them. It just And
I used to love the intro for the Pistons in 04.
Mason is the best ever. The best ever. But sorry,
I spoke with him one time, and he was like the only. One of the things he said to me was like, I just drink tea all the time because of his voice. He's just constantly like
That's
yelling.
Smart.
And during the season, you do it 48 or 40 whatever times a year, 41. So, yeah, let's do this, though. We're going right into our Detroit Lions basically game predictions, score predictions. We'll start with the booths, and then we'll finish up here with us to give our predictions. So make sure all of you guys in the chat right now, start dropping your score predictions because we're going to go over ours right now. I want to see everyone in the chat put theirs in there, and we want to see where everyone's at. So, Parker, we'll start with you, actually. Score prediction for the game.
So, we actually I got the chance to talk about this on Ermanni and Edwards. I'm going to stay consistent. I think this team is worse than the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's going to be a similar game. I think it's going to be 31-6.
Wow.
31-6.
That's a defensive effort.
Yes.
I like it.
I do like that. And Nick, where you at with this game?
Yeah, I think that we're going to control the clock, so I'm not going to put out some huge number for the Lions, but my number is going to be 27-13. The Detroit Lions, I think we hold them under that 16 where they've been all year for the Panthers, and the Lions come out on top 27-13 in this one at home.
Wow. So I see Coach Wallach has 38-10, Steve Lehman 40-13, 30-9 for Denver Blair, 31-10. Joe Westfall, Big Simmy's 28-7. These are some high-scoring games.
Way Gang Podcast. Did you see that?
Wait, which? Way Gang Podcast, 34-16. Panthers.
Yeah.
Wavy Gang is a little. Maybe he's feeling a little.
I would love to see how that game goes.
No, God, please, no, no.
What do you have here?
You from Carolina? What do I have?
How close were you in your prediction last week? I can't remember. Do you remember?
I was probably within a point or two. No, I've been actually getting like one of the scores right and the other like completely wrong. I can't remember what my score was. I picked the Lions to win. I'm going to go with the 27-12.
Love that.
Nick got the 13 on me, 12. Carolina's getting a couple field goals.
4 field goals.
Maybe.
I like that.
Yeah.
That means your defense is playing great.
That's exactly what they're going to do. I just think it's going to be a weird game. I think they're going to get some points, but it's not going to be like 40. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to do some things, but they're not going to like really be able to get the ball in the end zone. It's going to be a weird game.
It will. And let me tell you guys real quick before I give you guys my prediction about a show that Matthew Broder's on.
Hey,
look at that.
Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show with Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the one, the only Detroit legend Terry Foster for all of the inside scoops that you need for the Detroit Lions game. They will be live Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. right before the pregame show. They'll be going through everything, injuries, anything that they hear in Allen Park. They're talking about it on this show. That is at the Woodward Sports YouTube page. Make sure you guys check it out at 8 a.m. Now,
ice cream's so good.
I want you guys to know something real quick, and I just want to open up the page here real quick. If you guys remember last week, my score prediction, what did I say it was? I said the Detroit Lions would beat the Packers 31-20. I said that last week. 31-20. And they won 34-20. And I said, listen, they're going to start off super hot, take a huge lead. Packers will come back in the second half a little bit. And guess what happened? Exactly what I said. Remember, I don't lose. I have the script in my head. The Detroit Lions on Sunday will beat the Carolina Panthers 34-17. Hell yeah! 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals. The defense, they're going to start off really, really good. Offense is going to, it's same thing in Green Bay. Crowd will be on their back here in Detroit, Ford Field. Everyone's going to be pumped. They're going to get off to a strong start. Second half, a little more laid back. Maybe some secondary guys come in. Panthers score a few more. They get to 17 somehow. And I understand 17 sounds like a lot. I definitely understand that for sure. They hit their team total over, but they're going to score 17 because it's going to be late. A couple more things real quick.
Yeah, tell me.
Whatever running backs in the game, if D-Mont's fully to go or if Jameer's not fully healthy, one of those are scoring a touchdown automatically. Bang. Take it in a bet. Take it. Because I believe D-Mont's probably only going to be like minus 120. Take it. Bet one of the running backs to score a touchdown. Whatever one's healthy, which is probably David Montgomery. And last bet I have here for the game, fellas. Hammer Sam Laporta's over in yards and hammer him to hit a touchdown. Bang. Sam Laporta, big game this week.
Bang!
Bang! Just like that
Bang!
text. Yes. Bang!
That's all
I have.
That's all bang.
Lions 34-17.
Love that Laporta
Sam
bet, Booner.
Laporta all day.
Love that bet.
Thank you.
To this day.
Yeah, hey. You know what that means? We got our picks in. Now it's time for you guys to get your mailbag questions. It can be about Lions. It can be anything you guys want. Start getting your questions in. We're going to wrap up these last 10 minutes with you. Nick, could you tell them about Academy of Warren?
And at Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art Sports Dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Also can be used for 7-on-7 football. With grades K through 8 that features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. They are now accepting new enrollment. Go to theacademyofwarren.net.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
All right, let's talk about it. Outdoor Equipment Company. Yes, that is right. Look at those beautiful tractors up there. I love a good tractor. Official equipment provider of the Woodward Sports Network. Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, style handhelds, even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, generic generators, Snow X plows, salters, literally anything you could think of. Outdoor Equipment Co. has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing, and delivery right to your doorstep. Look at right above me. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Again, that is OutdoorEquipCo.com.
This is it.
Let's go! Final segment of the day, baby. Mailbag. Make sure you guys drop all those mailbag questions. We appreciate you guys tuning in to Woodward Sports Network. It is Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Hit that like button for us. Can we just get to 100 likes before the end of the show, please? Everyone, if you're listening and you haven't hit like yet, hit it.
I really like that.
For the people.
I'd really like that.
I would love it, man. All right, let's start here on mailbag. First of all, this isn't a question, but Wavy Gang podcast said we are really underestimating the same thing we did last year and got our ass whooped. Wavy Gang, get it? I've been one of the ones this week saying that everyone's kind of overlooking this Panthers team and everyone's saying the blowout. Completely different season. 0-4 Panthers team, 3-1 Lions team. New season. They have a whole different team. We have our whole veteran team. Our whole group is back. Dan Campbell, they have a new head coach. Like, everything is different for this team.
Yeah.
It's not like last year. It's not like Seattle, who added pieces and came in with the same roster. Completely different.
And if anyone's underestimating the Panthers, it's we, the fans, media. But I know this team is not underestimating the Panthers.
Joe Westfall, we did answer this yesterday. He asked if you asked about the JMO using the Pistons practice facility. We have not gotten confirmation.
Still haven't. He wasn't there today to talk to.
I'll text Kool-Aid after the show to see if he's heard anything on
Great
it.
idea. What about Big Simmy's mailbag? Can Antoine Green make an impact with the injuries this week? I think so. I think it's a good opportunity to get him 3, 4, 5 targets maybe. He scored that 70-yard touchdown against Carolina in the preseason. I'm down.
I love it. Jack asked, what football games are you guys watching this week? Obviously, Oklahoma, Texas is going to be one. Maybe the LSU. I'm not kind of off of the LSU one. Alabama, Texas A&M. I want to watch that one for sure. Notre Dame. Want to see Notre Dame play. That might be it. And then obviously Michigan and Michigan State.
Yeah.
Or Michigan I'll obviously watch for sure.
Michigan, Minnesota, baby.
Yeah.
I have a wedding tomorrow night, so I missed some of the primetime games.
The worst fall weddings.
Love a good wedding.
But he's a Michigan fan, so I guess he scheduled it after the Michigan game. Now there's enough time. So
shout out to my cousin
Broder
too.
getting married.
It is my little cousin's birthday in a couple weeks.
Oh,
and
come on.
My cousin, the mom of my cousin, scheduled the birthday party on Michigan State Day. But we will be here doing the show. That will be one of the weeks that I'll have to come here and be on the desk for the shows. So yeah, I'm just gonna get like a really nice birthday gift, and I'll go to the party after.
Yeah. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
Sorry about your luck.
Can't Antoine. Okay, you already answered that one.
Answer 14, mailbag. Do Lions score a defensive touchdown against the Panthers? Also, over under 3 total turnovers forced.
Where is that one?
Under. That's a lot of turnovers.
So I'll just repeat it again. Answer 14, mailbag. Do Lions score a defensive touchdown against the Panthers? Also, over under 3 total turnovers forced.
3 total turnovers.
So a pick 6, a fumble recovery to the house.
I would like to see that, actually. I might actually put a bet on the Detroit Lions defense to score a touchdown.
That's interesting.
That would actually be a fun bet.
I don't think that. Yeah.
They did it in Kansas City. That was the only time. So yeah, that'd be sweet. I don't know about 3 turnovers, but maybe 2. Who wins in a hot dog eating contest? This is from Coach Walk. Booner or Easy?
Easy. Can you eat a lot? I mean,
I can eat. I can put some. I can eat.
Gobble a lot of glizzies.
Do you chew?
When you're in a contest like that,
Broder.
I don't know.
He's trying to set you up.
I go the what's his name? Joey Chestnut route.
Just dip it in.
Give me some water, split it up, put it in a bowl. You know.
Booner can knock down some chicken nuggets though. I remember how many was
49.
it? 49. You didn't knock out the 50?
Well, no. It was. I had to do a contest. It was a challenge.
Live stream. Yeah.
It was I gave it to myself. However many points, rebounds, assists Jokic got in the finals game that they won, I would eat that many nuggets because I picked the Heat, and it was 49.
I just want you to say, Wavy Gang Podcast says season just started though. They have Miles Sanders.
Oh yeah, hey, 2.5 rushing yards per carry. That's that offensive line. They must have a top 5 offensive line in the NFL. I don't know. No, I don't see it.
Yeah, we are messing with you, Wavy Gang. The away fan mailbag. Anybody been out of the country? If so, where? I've been to London, Paris, and Berlin. Don't forget Wings tomorrow night at LCA against the Leafs, Toronto.
Oh yeah,
that's out of the country. Going to be a barn burner, eh?
I've
been out of the
country.
Yeah, I've never have.
Never. Mexico, Canada.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
fair.
Overseas. I never have.
Okay.
Bahamas.
Horse mailbag question.
Just a Windsor to party.
Does Nick have to stay 100 feet?
I've been out of the country just for the record,
with
guys.
That mustache.
Thank you.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
There is a rule on this show that if Nick shaves his mustache, he'll be replaced.
Facts.
I'm shaving it tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. I love
a
the
glorious
show.
mustache, Fred.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Come on.
Glorious.
Who wins in a boxing match? Spenny or Easy? That's from Steve Lehman.
Spenny.
Yeah, I think it's because he's in better shape.
The only match I want to see them in is a sumo wrestling match.
The only boxing match I want to see is Jeff and Neil.
I would like to see that.
I want to see Josh Norman and who was
like
Andre Johnson? Who's old Texans? I know. Also, I've been out of the country. I lived in Germany for a year.
Oh,
yeah.
Broder.
Me and Amon St. Brown. We go way back. We don't, actually. I lived in Germany. I played baseball there for a season.
Amon Rock confirmed knows who Booner is. That's a fact.
Let's go.
He knows the name Booner.
Congrats.
IT Hips, mailbag. How do you expect the Lions to move the ball down the field with no St. Brown and possibly no J-Mo and Gibbs playing as well?
I got an answer for that.
You can go first.
There's 5 names: Frank Ragnow, Jonah Jackson, Taylor Decker, Hala Pulavati Vaitai, or Graham Glasgow, and Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
We could move the ball down the field.
And
that is an exaggeration.
J-Mo will be playing, and Jahmyr Gibbs, I believe, will be playing.
Ben Johnson. We can name their whole offense. Like, it's amazing that we actually can do this. It started as a joke, but they actually have real players, a real team, real coaching staff. Where
doesn't matter if you have 1 ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Yeah.
Mailbag, Coach Walk. Best bar food, nachos or pizza? I'm gonna go pizza.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, nachos are supreme.
I just like pizza. I love getting pizza. Nachos are really, really good, but I just love a good pizza.
Everybody has a different style of nacho. Like pizza.
Good point.
I love a good pie.
It's pretty generic after a while,
No,
unless you get like different styles like Detroit or Chicago. But
dude,
nachos at a bar when you're getting a couple Ronas down.
They do.
Oh my goodness.
They go crazy, but pizza.
Slaps.
If they have a good pie, nothing beats a good pie, man.
And the fact that you call it pie, it's credible. Like, you know, you've had some pies in your life.
Oh man,
there's nothing like a good pie. So, how about this? Best Detroit pizza out there, or best pizza in the area? You know, there's Buddy's, there's Supino's, there's some down that I'm not going to remember. Moots.
I like
your favorites.
I really do like Moots. I want to go check out Freddie the Pizza Man.
Oh,
I've never been.
To.
We could maybe do that for a video and then we could play it on the
I've never been either. Let's do it.
I would like to go try that, but Moots is good. That used to be right next to my work, and I would literally just go there after work and we'll just go. So Moots is good. Buddy's is really good too. There's some good pizza.
Is this a hot take? Little Caesars Hot and Ready's are underrated.
No, yeah, they are. If you need a quick dinner, just go
get price. It's perfect.
Yeah, I could put a whole one of those down.
Speaking of Supino's, I actually had it for lunch today.
No
some
way.
leftover Supino's, and I have been to Moots. My buddy's girlfriend works there, so we used to get hooked up on some deals. And their pizza's fire as well.
It's like a good Italian. It's like a good pie, man.
Never been.
We got to ask this question again because there's some good. There's some pizza places I've never heard of, like Marina's Pizza in Taylor. I would love to go.
We
try
should get some
pizzas.
spots. What we'll do next week, we should actually do that. We'll get some pizza spots. We'll make a list and we'll start to go to them.
Yeah.
We won't take El Prez's thing and rate it, but we'll go and see how they are. If you guys have something you want to go to,
Joey and Stick for the OGs out there, they used to do. They would try hot coney dogs. They would try different food around the area.
I actually went back and watched some of those recently, but. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Listen, the Detroit Lions play football on Sunday. Make sure you guys tune in on Sunday morning to Woodward and Maine at 8 a.m. And as well, 9:30, I will be on the Detroit Lions pregame show and the stream right after. Listen, you have to duck a little bit because this makes me look bad. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys tell a friend about the show.
Go watch Harry Mack on Maple Bars 98.
Yes, watch that. We'll see you guys Monday, 8 p.m. Be there for Victory Monday. You will not want to miss out. Lots of Kool-Aid. We love you guys.
Toodles, my G.